What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, dude?
Man, living my best life. How are you doing, my brethren?
I'm doing great.
Man, we got taco meat, Deke back in
Little
the
bit.
building. Ho, 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 ho.
Yeah, man. Shirt's kind of decent, I guess.
It's kind of decent.
It's kind of decent. Not my best shirt, but thought I'd mix it up a little bit. I don't think I ever wore this on the podcast.
I like that right there, man.
It's all
I
right.
like when you mix it up a little bit.
What, an army green, a hunter green?
Yeah, man. You gotta have a little hunter green. You got the Carhartt up top.
Yeah.
you know?
That's what I thought. Mix the
Yeah.
Carhartt with the hunter green.
It's giving me fall vibes. Low
Sure.
key.
Well, it feels like it outside. It actually does.
Low-key
I thought it was
does.
September.
Oh my gosh.
I was surprised it was July 2nd.
Yeah, man. It was nuts. It went from being like blistering hot out there to hoodie season in a day.
Yeah, seriously.
Shout out to Pittsburgh for that, man.
I thought it was week 3 of the NFL season.
Man, I wish it was week 3 of the NFL season.
I know.
Been a lot of fun.
I know.
Jeez.
Well, we got a few people in the chat
Oh,
today.
yeah, man. Already in the morning, man.
Brilla 92's got some good news.
Oh, where you at, Barilla?
Last day at my old job today. Start new spot on Tuesday. Gonna be a good day.
Shout out Barilla 92 for the new job that you'll be starting on Tuesday. And hopefully the old job was a vibe that, you were done with. And it's good on leaving on good terms. So shout out to you for that.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
You never know, right?
Hope it was a good move. Yeah.
Hey, congrats on the new job. He's like, yeah, I got fired because of this, this, and this. But no, I like that, man. I like that. Alex, what's up to you, baby? We definitely appreciate you, man. He says what up to the best
Damn.
podcast. Like, ooh, early in the morning. I like it. Shout out. Oh. Then we got I say this every time. South Florida still 777. Says things are great. Started working a second job to help afford the cruise coming up.
Yeah, he did say he was going on the cruise.
Definitely did say, and he's working smarter, not harder. I like that right there, man. Planning ahead, baby. Got to plan ahead every once in a while. Yes, Brian, it is work and bake time. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hey, yo, Justin, what's good? What's good?
Alex setting alarms for this, man.
What?
You gotta give a shout out.
Alex, that's for the culture right there, baby. We appreciate you setting the alarm, man. Sometimes you got to do that, right? I know I had to set an alarm this morning because I stayed up late watching that game. It actually wasn't that late. I stayed up late playing the game after watching the game. That was my problem.
Duty.
No, I was on GTA.
Oh, okay. The new one drop?
Heck no, man. The new one drops in 2025. They made an announcement.
Wait, are you serious?
Swear, yes.
That's disappointing.
Very disappointed.
That's what they said about NCAA football. Did you hear about that? They're like, oh, new NCAA is coming. When's it coming? 2023.
I'm
oh,
just
thanks.
like, bro, like what? Yeah. Because they were saying how like when GTA 5 dropped, anybody, or they said when that dropped, anybody that is waiting, or when the new one drops, they should have been 10 or 11 or something like that. So they were saying like if you were 12 back then, like you're grown up by the time it comes out. And they're like, well, I can't even enjoy it the same way. I got like responsibilities by the time this game comes out, man.
So when did the most recent one come out? The one you were playing?
This came out. I was definitely still in Buffalo, bro.
Oh wow!
For a fact, I was in Buffalo. Yes.
Oh holy shit! So 8-9 years ago.
Yeah, like it's been a minute, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why
I don't know.
It's still popular though. People
what?
still.
That thing is fire, man. The game is timeless. You can just pick it up right now and just play because the way the story mode, like it's the open like sandbox style game. You can just do whatever. So I can play this game 30 times, but do 30 different things, and that's gonna give me 30 different storylines.
Okay.
So it's like it's never ending, man.
Is there an online mode?
Absolutely. And the online mode will be crazy too. You hop in the online mode right now and it's gonna be jumping.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's a
It's
dope
just like
game.
a free for all.
It is, bro. It is, man. Like I love Call. I mean, I love GTA, man. That's my vibe. But I was on that late last night, man.
Cool.
Yeah, man. And see, Reginald he just seconded 2025. Yeah, man. It's
2013. They're saying is when it came out.
Yeah,
so yeah, you
like,
were still
it was
in Buffalo.
Minute. Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely, bro. Way too long. But the game is still fire. I can't help it. Like tonight, I'm probably gonna play it again. Because I was upset that I started dozing off, but it was like 2 a.m. I'm like, yeah, I need to go to sleep here.
Are you just like driving into a wall?
No. My thing was I was doing a mission and it kept saying fail, and I had to retry. And I'm like, yo, why do I keep forgetting what's happening here? And then it hit me. I'm like, yo, because I'm dozing off, like at the critical part. But because you die in a mission, it doesn't do like a hard reset. The screen just pops up and says, oh, failed, retry. And I'm like, dang, like, am I tripping here? Like, what's going on? Did I take a Deke vitamin? Like, what's going on here, man?
I'll never forget my one buddy. We were drinking and stuff.
Yeah.
He was so drunk. He started passing out playing Mario Kart.
Oh.
He's got his hand on the controller. You see his screen. He's just revving it up straight into a wall the whole time for like minutes straight. He's just like,
hey, yo, it happens though, bro. It happens. You just be up there because it's fun. But in GTA, the action, like you can control the pace of it. So if you wanted to be jam-packed action after action, more like a Call of Duty, well then yeah, you could do it. You can make it like that. But sometimes I like to chill. Sometimes I like to just cruise around a little bit. And no cam, I do not do that on the game. All right. Because there's certain things that you can do that, in certain states is illegal. All right. And we're not talking about anything that's natural from the green earth. But that is available in the game too, though. But either way, man, it just happens, man. So if you're like chilling, you're not, keeping it crazy high pace, man, you could doze off. Yeah.
Oh, it happens. It definitely happens. If you're tired, I mean, sometimes it's just a good way to go to sleep. You playing video games.
It is.
Way to relax. And you just doze off sometimes, unfortunately.
And before you know, or you stay up forever. That's my other.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's one or the other.
One or the other. I'm either going to doze off in the middle of it or wifey's going to be tapping me at 4 a.m. Get to bed now. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, love. Turn the TV off now. She's here tapping. Tip, 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 tap, tap, tap. Like, my bad. It happens like that, though, man. Oh, y'all wild. Brooklyn 92's wild. Got to get the money back. Shout out to the gamers out here, man. Shout out to the gamer culture.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely seems like people are a fan of GTA out here.
It was a fire game, man. It was a fire game, man. Did so you were never a GTA guy, though?
Dude, I've only played sports games growing up.
Wow.
Madden.
Yeah.
Well, I used to play NBA Live, actually, but then transitioned to 2K around 2K12, okay. 2K13, NCAA football, NHL. Definitely. That was it. Those are the only games I ever played. And Tiger Woods.
Guy, bro. I was definitely an NBA Live guy. NBA Live, NFL Streets.
Oh, NFL Street. Yep. Man. And NBA Street.
Yeah. Those were
big time for PS2 for me.
Yep. Shoot. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, I played Crash actually. Yeah,
Crash,
I did.
Man. In fact, I feel like on PlayStation, my my avatar is still Crash Bandicoot from like when I first started it. Yeah, and I won't change it because I'm afraid if I change him, I can't get him back.
Yeah, Crash was good.
Yeah, that was my gato, man. Love Crash. Dude.
I did play a little bit of Mario Kart. Yeah. Like Mario Kart games, but that's usually just whenever you're hanging out with friends and stuff. Yeah. You beat the game just so you can unlock all the characters, but then you only play it outside of that with like friends and stuff, drinking games and everything. Dude, I wasn't drinking when I was like in 8th grade, but
you might have been. We're not going to judge you, man. Yeah. Oh, he said NFL Blitz. I forgot.
My cousins play GTA though. My cousins play GTA. They play a lot of like Call of Duty. I was a Tony Hawk fan too, actually.
Tony Hawk was fire. I had all the Tony Hawk games, man.
Maybe I guess I didn't just play sports games growing up, but
Tony Hawk is a sport. That's a sport.
Once I hit high school, that's when it became pretty much those 4 games, like strictly like Madden.
Tony Hawk
stuff.
had me and all my homies wanting to be skaters, man.
Dude, I know. I would do that Tony too. Hawk. I would take the bike outside and try to jump.
But
off,
it's back when like BMX and X Games was like really big and popular, man.
I know.
Yeah, my mom used to tell me all the time, "No, you're not a skater. You can't." I'm like, "Mom, Tony Hawk on the game, I did a flip off of the building. Like, I'm about to go outside." She's like, "Nah, no, you're not."
What was your most advanced level of a trick? I think mine was an ollie, and that was probably it.
No. I've done some crazy. Oh man,
I never even went to like half pipes. I did
like the 360, but it was. I want to say 360, but I was like flipping also. Like,
oh, I'm talking about in real life.
Oh, in real life, yeah. Ollie, a grind off of like the curve, tops. No major error. No. It was let's get on the little the arm rail going down. Oh no, none of that.
No, there's no way.
And even my grind on the curve, it was probably like a half second tops, and I freaked myself out. Like, yeah.
I don't even think I got that advanced. Yeah. And then for bike, probably same thing, was just an ollie where you get both wheels up. See, for maybe me, you could do the one where you wheel it back a little bit. Yeah. I barely ever did that, but that was it.
Yeah, I was a wheelie dude on the bike, man. Wheelie, stoppy. One time I did get the whole like spin the handlebar one time. Yeah. Then my bike got stolen. So yeah. I had a dilemma. Me and my homies were going to play basketball at this at the Coast Guard base where I was living at. I wasn't living on the base. We lived by the base. And we had 2 IDs but 3 people. So we couldn't have 3 bikes. We had to have 2 bikes because it was a rule of, as long as you're a guest, you're good. So me being the good guy, I'm like, yo, I'm going to leave my bike behind the dumpster behind the 7-Eleven. I'm going to hop on your bike and then we'll roll up here, hoop. And then we come back. I'm going to get my bike. Yeah, came back. Bike wasn't there anymore. And it was probably about a month old. We had just got it for Christmas. It was like shiny blue pegs on front and back. It was perfect. It was amazing. Like, you don't know how long I had waited to get a bike with pegs. No, it wasn't Mongoose. It was
Schwinn.
No, I don't know. It wasn't Huffy. I don't remember. It wasn't Mongoose though, because I remember like Mongoose was like the big like popular brand, and we couldn't afford that. But it was definitely still a dope vibe with it though. But man, I'll never forget that.
That sucks.
That you go behind that trash can, you're like, bruh. My dad's gonna kill me. Yes, South Florida, still 777. Someone did pull a GTA and jack my bike, man.
Wow,
I was very
GTA
sad
in real life.
That, man.
Damn.
Literally right behind the 7-Eleven, bro. I'll never forget it. And literally the 7-Eleven was like walking this from my high school. So I really felt some type of way. I'm like, oh yeah. So whoever this was, like, y'all knew this is where we stashed the bikes at.
Damn.
Someone had to know, bro.
That sucks.
Yeah. Yep, it was rough out here, bro. Rough in these streets, man.
I feel bad. How long?
Scar me for life now.
I was gonna say, yeah. Like, what happened then? Was your bike career over?
No, pretty much was.
It was that, yeah. Man.
But luckily, like, I would use my brother's bike because we had like identical bikes. Because it was like, oh, for both of y'all for Christmas, da da da. So I would borrow his, but I wasn't allowed to like take it anywhere of a venture.
Oh yeah, he didn't want you to get a jacket.
Yeah, he's like, I see what happened to your bike. No, I'm good. Yeah, so you get in shape, you walk everywhere, and it works out, man.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But that was a sad day for me, man. Yeah, so if anyone that knows what happened to my bike out there, just let me know. One day I really want to find my bike, bro. It hurt my heart.
What do you have one now? Do you have like a mountain bike?
Nah.
Your whole bike career is
over.
My
whole career was over, man. Whole career. This is what happens when your bike gets confiscated.
Damn.
without your consent.
Man,
makes you sad.
That does suck, dude. That does suck.
Yeah, it's like that, man. It is like that. Oh, boy. Oh, and shout out to Vikesh, too. Vikesh, what up to you, baby? He says, man, where's he excited for 4th of July weekend? He's asking me and you, man. You got any plans this weekend? 4th of July?
Yeah, I'm probably going out to my camp, I think. Probably golf, drink, campfire, that type of stuff.
Golf, drink. Okay. Funny vitamins for you as well, or no?
I don't think.
All right, that's good right there, man. I like that.
Probably just backwoods. It's like little cigars.
Okay. The backwood king.
Black and Milds, whatever it is.
Wood tip. All right. Man, that's what you got. All right, so for me, let's see. I'm on dad duty, solo dad duty now that I think about it. Yeah. It's big time action, man. Big time action. So I'm gonna hit the Pirates game, actually.
No way.
I'm planning on
which one?
I haven't decided. I mean, it's either Saturday or Sunday though, because Saturday is like 4:00, Sunday's at 1. So I just got.
Don't do the Sunday.
You said don't do Sunday, but Sunday is 4th of July though.
Sunday day games are the worst baseball games to go to of all time.
Serious?
I swear to God. Just don't go. They're terrible.
Sunday, all right.
That's my suggestion. You can do what you want, but
now Saturday, I'm leaning Saturday 4:00 because I'm like it'll be a little bit. It won't be as hot.
Maybe
as
go to
Sunday,
a movie after or something.
You know what I mean? And it's downtown, so it's always a little bit of fun down there. That's what I'm thinking.
But you're taking the kids down, so it's not like you can go out after.
I mean, I've been out with the kids.
You can go to like restaurants.
But you go to a restaurant. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think that
might
play.
be the vibe.
I think that should play.
That might be the vibe.
Because Sunday, dude, 4th of July. I think you're just gonna want to be relaxing at your house. Like you would rather be watching the game on Sunday, 4th of July, in your house in the air conditioning. Just relaxing.
The AC is a vibe.
I'm telling you, I feel like you're gonna regret it. 1:00, 4th of July. I'm telling you.
You might be right. You know what? Because I feel like a 1:00 means I have to get up a little bit earlier too, since I'm dealing with the little ones. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so I'm leaning more Saturday then. Saturday's sounding better because I'm also gonna do Top Golf as well. So it's either I'm flip flopping. So I'm either gonna do baseball Saturday, Top Golf Sunday, vibe out Monday. Yeah. Or I might. We got options with this thing, but that's what I got going on this weekend. It's gonna be a blast, man.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to think how you can incorporate Top Golf.
Yeah,
it might just be Sunday. I feel like Top Golf goes with the Saturday vibe though.
But it's summer though. It's not like we got to get up and go to work on Monday.
Sure.
Well, I mean, technically we work on Mondays, but it's a different. No, Monday's the holiday. It's the 5th of July. You're supposed to like holiday it.
I think people do that. Are people getting off Friday and then they're also getting off Monday?
Well,
I think that's
because today is Friday. Hey, let us know in the chat, man. How does 4th of July work for you guys? Are y'all off on Friday or y'all off on Monday? Before we get this,
it might be both.
It might be.
I do think it's probably.
I mean, because it's technically Friday for us right now, though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a job, but it's like you said. We'd be doing this anyway. Like this is
okay. So check this out right here. Now Ari Ufundo says shout out from College Station, Texas. He's currently in lab meeting right now. He's in a lab meeting. So I feel like that is technically either work or school.
Everyone's saying Monday.
Monday? Yeah, I see it now. Monday. Working right now for South Florida still. Okay. Yeah. Ham in Canada, so we don't get anything off home. Yeah, I guess you're right, because it wouldn't be their Independence Day.
Yeah.
Because hold on. I think Canadian Independence Day is in like November or something like that, if I remember correctly. I think so. I could be wrong, though. All
what
right,
day
now,
is
Luke
that?
says on summer.
Is that Boxing Day? Is that a Canadian holiday?
I don't know. I'm not Canadian.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah. But maybe Bro High could let us know.
Yeah, let us know about how that Canadian
is it
action
Boxing
works,
Day?
man.
If I had to bet money, I think it's called Boxing Day.
Okay.
I could be wrong, though.
Jeez, yeah. Now, Frizz, he's working. Gosh, he's working down in Jacksonville, Florida. Got Ryan B. Shout out from the 716. That's that Buffalo area right there, baby. I like it. Huh. King Starbaum off Saturday. And then Vikesh says he's working till 4, then driving to Dallas, Texas. Okay. Roscoe's working from home. Vegas, happy early 4th of July to you. All right. Paul is, he's doing, all right, janitor at school, so he's still working. Yeah, that's what it's looking like then, man. Looks like Monday is the thing.
Yeah, it looks like Monday.
So since everybody's at work, what we shall do then is get this thing started, baby.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah, because some people, this helps them get through the workday.
Absolutely, and that's what it's all about, man. So we want to start out this conversation today talking about the offensive line, man. And just, following the same practice of what we did the other day where we build this thing up, we'll start with just from a confidence level in the starters only as it pertains to the offensive line as a group. So we'll go group first, and then we'll go position by position in terms of right tackle, left tackle, right guard, left guard, and center. But just as a group, and this is for you all in the chat as well.
I'll type it up.
Yep. That's man, you on the money today, Deke.
Yep.
I like this, Hunter Green, Carhartt vibe, Deke. You're
no problem.
Just seem like assertive today, man.
Yeah.
I like this, man. That's big Deke energy right there.
What's the question?
So the question is, what is your confidence level in the offensive line starting unit?
Confidence level and
starting unit right now.
Starting unit. Good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll add the question mark after the fact.
I like it. That's what you're the man. And shout out to you, Remix. He said he's finally able to make a live. And we greatly appreciate you making that live, baby. Yes, we do. But yeah, man, let's start this convo though, man. Our confidence level in the offensive line starting unit.
As we sit right here,
man.
Well, we don't know who's going to be starters completely right now.
If you had, so if we're, I guess under this practice right here, who do you envision as the starting 5 offensive linemen?
Here's who I want. I want Dan Moore. Okay. I want Dotson, Kendrick Green, Trey Turner, and then Zach Banner. That's who I want. But who's it going to be? Probably Chooks, left tackle.
Okay.
Probably Dotson. Maybe JC. Trey Turner. And then Zach Banner.
So all but 2. Just 2 flip. That's it.
Yeah. I don't know why my confidence level should go up randomly for the first group that I named because there's 2 rookies in there.
Yeah, I was like, man, all right.
But that's how I feel about it.
Okay, so you're more confident if it was 2 rookies in that lineup.
Not more confident. I'm more pumped. I don't know how to put it where I'm more excited. Like if they're starting early on, you feel like they're going to bring something good. Like there's a reason we drafted these dudes. And when you watch their tape, you watch their highlights, they bring that bruising mentality that we've wanted with the run game that we didn't have last year. That's why I would get amped up. So confidence level, I think it'd be more off hope, I guess, where I'm just like, one, it can't be worse than last year, but also bring the young guys in, fresh dudes. I think there's going to be like a different type of spark.
Now, I do always wonder when we say it can't be worse than last year, do we really believe it can't be worse than last year?
I believe that, yeah.
Because in theory, it really could be worse than last year. But technically, what we can't have a worse running game last year because we had the absolute worst running game last year
in the past 50 years
of
like NFL history.
That was factual. Like, that's not speculation. That was documented. So that part can't get worse. But I still like the protection part. Like, that could get worse. That's my thing. I'm like, I could, like, as much as I don't want it to be worse, my confidence level in the starting unit, and I think of this starting unit as Zach Banner, Trey Turner. I think of, I'm like with you. I feel like it's gonna be JC
to start off.
But
we've talked about that multiple times.
It ends though with Kendrick. But then left guard Dotson, and I feel like it's going to be Chooks at left tackle instead of Dan Moore. But with that as a whole, it does not make me feel very confident. Like, you already know how I feel about the tackles positions. That uncertainty, I feel like, scares me the most.
That goes with protection.
Yes, definitely goes with protection, because we know if that part isn't taken care of, it can throw a wrench in the whole program. You know what I mean? We know we got to run the ball, but at the same time, we need Ben to be able to still be Ben. And he can't do that if he doesn't have time. So when I think of these tackles and their inexperience, that's the part where I'm just like, and it's not only inexperience and lack of options. At right tackle, if Banner can't be the guy, and we're in week 3,
we got the dude that dropped the pass in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Joe Haig. Yeah. You say that the first highlight we bring up is just, he dropped the pass. Not, man, he could block. Like, this is not a good vibe.
He's been a journeyman.
Yeah, and at left tackle, if Chooks doesn't fan out, then it's a rookie, Dan Moore. And it's not even a high pedigree rookie.
Some people are high on him, though. There's like hidden tapes out there where he's just dominating.
I understand that. I just know from what I was seeing. Now, granted, it was still OTAs and minicamp, but still, that didn't just show up and just look like, oh, yeah, that's the best player on the field right now. That's the best tackle that we have
like
right now.
Like how people were feeling about Claypool last year.
Exactly. So that's another part, whereas when we talk about just my confidence level in the starting unit, I feel like if I had to put it on a 1 to 10 number value, I give it a Pittsburgh 6. That's my biasness kicking in. That's
so
a Pittsburgh
you're saying
6. A 4. I mean, if we're being real about it, just because it's like, dude, we know how bad the offensive line was last year, and that was still with higher quality players. Like, Al, as much as we give Al a hard time, Al still went and signed for how much to go to play in Baltimore. Like, based on offensive linemen that signed, that's still one of the higher upper echelon signings. I mean, he signed for more than what Trey signed for. Just think about that, for example. And Trey is a more decorated player right now.
Well, and just due to the scarcity of the tackle position, that's probably why he signed for a little bit more. And yeah, it's just weird because we looked last podcast. It's in terms of left tackles with big names, it's Russell Okung and Jason Peters. That's about it. Anyone else is probably like dudes that are fringe players. Like you could probably go a little bit more in depth. So that's probably why he signed for a little bit more. But it goes to your point. Then he's probably better than a certain percentage of the league. I don't want to put a number on it because I do think Al's on the downside, and Ravens may have made a bad move with that. But yeah, is he? I don't know, man. That's why. Here's my point. Okay. That's why I'm excited about the line, because if we brought Al back, it's like we know what we're getting. At least maybe Chooks or Banner could give us something different.
Yeah, but that something different could be something worse. That's what I feel like everybody fails to realize when we talk about something different. We all just, and that's why I say the Pittsburgh 6. This is like the Pittsburgh optimism. Like, oh yeah, man, Chooks could be a better left tackle than I was at left tackle. I'm just like, I don't think it works that way. I really don't. Like, Al was a really good left tackle in his day, right? And then obviously he slowed down, but he still can do some things to get the job done. Whereas with Chooks, I'm like, I haven't seen that, and I definitely haven't seen it at left tackle. It's a lot different at left tackle, man. Big time difference.
This is an interesting question then. What about Chooks at right tackle last year versus Al at left tackle?
I like Chooks at right tackle.
That's what I mean. Like, if you compare the two based off their play last year, like, who do you think just had the better season? I know it is tough to grade like the offensive line as individuals, but
the thing was this: I don't think either one of them were drastically better than the other one. That's what I'm saying, and that's what Chooks playing well and Al playing bad, quote unquote. I don't think it was that big of a gap. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Gotcha.
Whereas, like, if we're talking Dotson versus DeCastro, I've told you this plenty of times, like, yo, it was a gap. Like, Dotson was a better player. When you talk about Matt Filer was a better player last season based on the health, however we want to word it, but they played better. Now, that to me was a bigger jump right there, a bigger gap. But in terms of Al's performance versus Chuk's performance, I mean, I'm sure in the chat, there's some people that don't even feel like Chuk did good at all last year.
Oh, PFF just completely tore him up on the broadcast. I think it was the Steelers-Ravens game. They rated him as like the worst right tackle.
No way. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. But let's see what the chat says,
But he started off good. He held J.J. Watt pretty good whenever we played the Texans.
Yep.
But I honestly can't. I just remember the offensive line as a whole being like shit, especially second half of the season. That's what I remember.
Is bad, man. It's hard for anybody to get praised like that, man.
Yeah, that's what I remember. And then them showing the slow-mo highlights of Al getting roasted by like Myles Garrett. And I think it wasn't the Bengals game. The dude on the end was tearing him up too.
I forgot oh my goodness, because he has his number there, man. Lawson. Yeah, it was Lawson out there was getting after him, man. But yeah, we're gonna look in the chat, see what everybody else's confidence level is first. But shout out to Ryan B. He just joined the upper room. So Ryan, welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes,
and he's got a contribution and a nice comment.
Oh, shoot. All right. I'm
been listening to you guys since last season and finally caught a live. Thanks for making my work days a little bit more enjoyable.
Oh, man.
Thanks for the nice comment and thanks for the contribution, man.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate the love. Now, Hunter, all right. So let's see. Alex Mathis, first star, says that he gives the offensive line 7 out of 10 in terms of his confidence, and he also shares your sentiment. We can't get worse from last year. But I think we can. I definitely think we can, you know. But
yeah, that's probably the difference because I don't know where I could put a confidence level just because we don't know what these dudes are going to do together, really.
Okay.
But I just like the upside. I just do. I'm more excited because I don't think it can get worse than last year. So confidence level's tough. I'm just excited.
So, all right. So we're going to keep going through the confidence level because excited, hopeful, and confident are 3 different things. That's why I ain't asked about excitement level. I asked about just confidence because confidence is different. It's different. Like, you got to be able to look and say, yo, I believe that this unit right here can get it done.
We still pulled off 12-4 with where we were at last year. Probably should have been 13-3. If it's just a little bit better and the running game's as good as we think it could be, that's what I'm thinking as the team as the whole.
No, we're talking offensive line.
I know, I get it though. I get it. It's tough to separate though, because if we think if the offensive line can just improve the running game, then the running game should improve the passing game. Then,
nah, I mean, in theory, sure, but you still would have to start with the confidence level of the offensive line in terms of, do you think that they can get the job done or not?
It's tough to say because we've only seen Banner play X amount.
Right. So if it's tough to say, does that mean your confidence level isn't high? Like, for example, we haven't seen Najee Harris in the NFL stadium yet, right? But if I ask you your confidence level that he could be RB1 right now, what would you say? 100% confident, right?
Sure.
You haven't seen him play an NFL game. You haven't seen him in a preseason game. You haven't even seen him take a practice snap. Like a legit, like you've seen warm-ups because that's what they show on the highlights, but you haven't seen legitimate practice reps yet. But you will sit here, I will sit here, and everybody, well, I'm different because I got to see him, but everybody will sit here and say that they are very confident he could be RB1. That's the difference. Whereas when we're talking O-line right now, you see how we're all bouncing. Well, this can help that, or what about this to that, or what about if we did this with this? Like, so the base of it sounds like it's not a lot of confidence in it.
I understand that, and I think those feelings are very warranted.
I'm just saying, it's not a bad thing to not have confidence in your offensive line. I feel like you're malfunctioning yourself because you got that Steeler in you, where you like, yo, it always has to be like glass half full, always has to be perfect and great. But then your eyes are telling you, bro, like, I know what I'm seeing here. I know these names. I don't know some of these names. Doesn't give me that confidence. It's like you got that tour and you're pulling yourself back.
Well, I honestly think being one of the worst offensive lines last year and basically revamping it is one of the harder things too, because
I agree. But did we revamp it though?
I mean, we have how many new starters now?
When I think of revamp, I think of like a positive revamp. Like, I don't think of like, when I say revamp, I think of like good. Whereas I think of rebuild, I think of like, all right, this could be whatever. This could be a little dicey here, but it's new faces. That's why when you say revamped, I'm like, is that like in a good tone or just new?
I do think it is in a good tone. I mean, it is new, but we're just going to have to wait and see with all this stuff. It's tough.
It is crazy with Najee. Zero wait and see with Najee. It's rookie of the year with Najee. It's 1,500 on the ground with Najee. He's going to change the face of this offense. But with the offensive line, it's wait and see.
I think it is. because
you don't have confidence in them, right?
It's tough to say. I have confidence in Ben. I have confidence in what the Steelers have done.
I just asked about
all
the
this
offensive
time.
line, bro.
But like I'm pumped about Kendrick Green. I don't see what's wrong with that.
No, you could be pumped. I'm just saying, are you confident in the group? We didn't say individuals, remember?
Yeah.
We said in the group as a whole.
What's my I don't know. What's my confidence level? I'm always positive about it.
I would just say you can be positive, but you don't seem confident. I'm positive about it. I'm not confident.
I'm confident it's gonna be better. I'll put it that way.
I'm not confident it's gonna be better.
I'm confident it's gonna be. I think that's the best way to put it. I'm confident it's gonna be better.
Yeah.
Confident it's gonna be randomly top 10 in the league. No.
Okay.
No, not that. But can we be top 20? And what difference does that make for our team next year? It could be a big difference.
All right. Listen, I hope you're right. I want you to be more right than me. I just don't see it.
Because go ahead.
Okay, no, I was going to just looking at the
comments. No, we can look at the comments because I was just going to say maybe our defense took a step back a little bit with some of the pieces that we were missing.
Mm-hmm.
Losing Mike Hilton, losing Bud Dupree. But we are getting healthy with Devin Bush coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And just overall healthy compared to what we were at the end of last season because Joe Hayden missed the playoff game as well.
Mm-hmm.
But so if that took a little bit of a downturn, I think with the offensive line, if it's getting improved, like my confidence level's through the roof, it's going to be better.
Okay.
And we have all these pieces back on offense. Najee Harris, like that's going to be up. So like we should be at least going 12-4, 13-3. Well, I guess you got to add a game, so it's going to be 17 games. But that's how I'm feeling.
I like it. You're funny though, bro. Like you're even just then, you could just see the difference in your confidence level in terms of Najee versus how you still speak on the offensive line, bro.
It's not going to be top 10, but could they be they be top 20? Why not, man? I mean, there's got to be a reason we signed Zach Banner to what was it, $4 million a year?
Yeah.
He's talented too.
But think about what tackles get paid in the NFL. You just said it right there, $4 million a year. Al, off of a bad year, is getting what?
But Zach Banner's unproven. That's the thing with him.
I'm just saying. So when you say he signed for $4 million a year, as if like that should give me like more confidence about him, we still haven't even seen him play, and that's still not a ton of money for tackles either.
That's being smart. That's just being smart for the Steelers. I'm being serious.
All right, man.
I just don't think it can get worse than last year. I think it's only going to get better. So that's where my confidence level is.
Okay. I look at it and say, man, I could definitely see it getting worse than last year because if Chooks, who I don't think was a better player than Al last year, goes over to left tackle and he can't play left tackle to the extent that Al could, that makes it better. I mean, that makes it worse. Excuse me. If J.C. Hassenauer isn't as good as what Pouncey was later in the year, I know people, the snap. I get that part, but what about the run block, or the pass block? J.C. won't doing that to the level that Pouncey was doing that at. So that could be a step back. Trey Turner, we talked about Trey. Good Trey versus healthy DeCastro. Good Trey isn't as good as healthy DeCastro. Now, we know what bad DeCastro looked like last year, but we also saw what bad Trey looked like last year as well. Now, we're all under the impression that Trey will be better, which we definitely hope. But even with healthy Trey, it's still not going to be this level of play that DeCastro could bring that uplifts everybody around him. That's not what Trey does. So, once again, that doesn't make me feel like it makes it better. And then at right tackle, you go from Chooks, who, like I said, different opinions on him, but some people think he was straight. Some people think he was bad out there. But you put in Zach out there, who we don't even know if he can be better than what Chooks was last year. So to me, I'm like, yes, it could very easily be a way worse offensive line than it was a year ago. Easily could.
Okay.
I don't want it to, but it easily could, man.
Okay.
Yeah. But hold on. Because I did say we're going to get to the people real quick, man. Let me read what they said, man. Donald's at 7.5 out of 10 in terms of his confidence. Victor, he's with you. He says he's actually pretty confident in him. All right. Cameron says my confidence has gone up. When we got Turner, I think he will help more than David DeCastro. Steven is at a 6.9. Luke says a 3 out of 10 after DeCastro was released. man. All right. Steven says he wants what you want, though. Deke, he wants them to be as good as you think they could be. Alex says he's giving them a 7 out of 10. All right. Okay. and that's MC99, the GOAT Hassanauer. Gonna put his name out there, man, get some respect on it. But he says he would prefer Kendrick Green if he is ready. I think we agree on that.
I feel the same way about Kendrick Green and Dan Moore as I did with Buddy Johnson. I just like those dudes to be starting right off the bat.
Yeah. And now Brendan says it can always get worse, LOL, which for a fact it could be. And Andrew says it could be worse, but it can't possibly be ranked lower. Like I said, it can't be ranked lower in the run game, but in terms of the other stuff, it can. King Starboy says 6 out of 10. All right. Donald brings this up out the pass. He says pass protection will be sketchy, but will improve. Now, do you think that this is going to be a better pass blocking unit based on that? Because I think it's better as a run blocking unit, but I think they take a step back in terms of pass blocking.
Yeah, I can see that because Kendrick Green was, if he's playing. And even, Dotson, he got graded highly in both run blocking and pass blocking.
Yeah.
No, I could see that and that's even probably Zach Banner's forte a little bit more too. Dan Moore, that's what people were talking about with him. Now, Chooks, I don't know. Is he, what's he more of, pass or run?
Chooks is this the thing. So, in theory, Chooks should be a better pass blocker because he's more nimble, more athletic. He should be. Doesn't mean that he will, but in theory, he should be. And that's kind of why they said what potentially could have been the reason why he struggled at right tackle, because he's not as physical. He's not as, I don't want to say tough because that just comes, I don't like the connotation with that, but the physicality, the physical nature that you need at right tackle, he didn't have that. So they think he'll be better suited at left tackle. We'll see though.
So yeah, I get that. My thing is, if the running game's going and we get this balanced attack going where we're back in the top 15, top 10 and rushing the ball, all of a sudden we have a balanced attack. All of a sudden the offense is
from worst to first like that.
No, the offense is. I'm talking about the running game.
That's
the running game. Now
we had the worst. We were ranked 32nd in run game.
That's what I mean.
So we're gonna go from worst to first.
I think we made it a priority, especially like with the offensive line. Now going back to the pass protection though, are they going to be better pass blockers? I don't know, but I think the improvement in the running game is going to help the passing game. So. And I mean, you know what I mean? Are they technically better pass blockers than some of the dudes that we had last year? But the running game is going to be better. And I think with that makes them better pass blockers because we're going to be able to throw different schemes at them, little play action, do different things on offense that we couldn't last year.
I hope it goes like that. I really do. I feel like
it's this osmosis thing that I'm thinking that the whole offense, as long as the running game is better, which it seems like that's what we were trying to do with this offensive line. Then the pass blocking is going to be better. The passing game is going to be better. But now,
do you really feel like they were trying to improve the offensive line with the moves that they made, though? Because we all sat here and said, man, we feel like they could have spent a little bit more money on an offensive lineman. Or we felt like, man, maybe you could have drafted offensive lineman a little bit earlier. Now, we're not complaining about the players that we had. We've already cleared that up just based on how the board fell. But it's still like when we talk about, they really tried to improve the offensive line, it's like, technically, they did not really try to improve this offensive line. They improved the running back position. They improved skill position. But offensive line was still kind of the makeshift back burner style. Like we talked about it, how, they signed a BJ Finney and they kind of act like that's going to be enough, in terms of here. All right, we draft Kendrick Green, but we're going to move his position. So he's not even playing his natural position. But, hey, man, that'll work like this. Then you get a tackle in the 4th round. It's like, that's not to me saying that, hey, we were really trying to improve this running game. So that's why my confidence of when we keep talking about it, I'm just like, it isn't there because they didn't show enough resources. They didn't put enough into there for me to feel like they really wanted to improve it either.
I get what you're saying, but my thought is just almost in a way addition by subtraction.
Yeah, except you didn't add new pieces. You just moved the piece that you already had. Chooks going from right tackle to left tackle, but still being a part of that offense line. That's not addition by subtraction. It's not.
We got some young dudes though. That's the thing. Could this be what we talked about before? Just like the new era. Like this could be the start of something maybe.
I'm hoping. I pray it goes like that. I do.
Okay.
Because if it doesn't, it gets real bad. So I'm hoping that it's more like what you saying versus how I'm seeing this thing. I feel like the way we're looking at it right now, you're more looking at it like through a Walt Disney movie. Like, it could be a little bit murky right here, but nobody's going to die. It's always going to end positive, right? I'm looking at it like I'm watching a daggone action drama thriller horror movie. I'm like, God, I hope it's not going to be like that. But I see the killer sitting right there. And this, innocent person just walking right to the killer, doesn't have a clue. Oh man, it's going to end bad. That's when I'm watching it, that's what I see. But I'm hoping it's more Disney. I need it to be more like yours. Now,
I don't have too much. Here's my thing. I don't have too much of a reason to think otherwise because we've always pulled it off. Like, you know what I mean? We've always been relevant.
But I'm glad you said this. Now, because we're not talking relevance in terms of the team. I'm not saying that the team isn't going to win games, but in terms of competing for a Super Bowl, that's the part where I'm looking at. That's the part where I speak from. But with this offensive line, because I've heard, and I was talking about this on one of my other shows, where they talk about, whoa, man, we've seen it before. We've had to revamp the offensive line. Man, remember when Beach took over as starter? Remember when Al took over? Oh, man, we've seen Matt Fowler. What about Chris Hubbard? What about BJ? The difference was this. You're putting one of those guys in there next to 3 or 4 Pro Bowlers, 2 All Pros, right? In terms of when they were all healthy, right? You had Pouncey, you had DeCastro. Ramon was still doing his thing. Marcus Gilbert, he was really good, right? So it's easier to plug in one guy here or there, right? It's a lot easier if Gilbert goes down to put at Matt Fowler when you have all these other studs up there. But the difference this year compared to all those other years is we don't have multiple studs on that offensive line right now. We don't have that. That's the difference. We got Trey. And we're hoping that can come back, but still just one Trey. Whereas back then, it was 3 of those guys. So think about even back then, it was still 3 of those guys. So even right now, you're naming 2 guys, but it's still 2 in terms of being optimistic. But we haven't seen anything in terms of recent proven, right? In terms of Dotson over the whole course of the season and then Trey coming off of a good season, right? That to me is the bigger reason why my confidence level, I don't give him the benefit of the doubt like how typically we would, right? Because in the past, like you said, we've seen it, but it's always been one piece here. Plug and play, not a full makeover.
So yeah, the confidence level thing's weird for me because I'm confident, like I'm at 10 that the offensive line is just going to be better last year because my points of addition by subtraction. And I don't think if Rooney's making this mandate, if Tomlin's talking about it, and just the offense as a whole, having Canada be the offensive coordinator, it seems like we're making this big push. Like we can't do what we were doing those last like 7-8 weeks.
I agree
on offense.
I definitely agree, man.
So I am giving the benefit of the doubt in the way that we didn't put a 1st round or 2nd round pick to an offensive tackle. We didn't sign someone. Maybe they believe in Banner like that. Maybe they believe in the center position or the left, like moving Chooks over. I'm just going to give the benefit of the doubt because it is such a pressing need. Rooney made the mandate.
Yeah,
Thomas talked about it.
Yeah,
they may believe in these dudes and think they can get it done. That addition by subtraction mentality. Like we don't have Pouncey anymore. We don't have Villanueva. Unhealthy DeCastro is gone. Maybe they believe in these young dudes stepping up. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Now Vince brings up a good point here, and Vince, we appreciate your support as well. Vince says, "I was a 6'9" ragdoll, right? who cares how much he got overpaid? If Banner stays healthy, he will be our best lineman." Now, do you?
I saw the comment and I lost it.
Yeah. So he feels that a healthy Banner can be our best offensive lineman next year.
Sure. We just don't know. I mean, I would lean Dotson. I mean, obviously.
None of us gonna say Trey. I mean, shouldn't we be hoping it's Trey? We're gonna need Trey to play like Trey, to play like Pro Bowl.
We
Trey.
need everyone, but who's gonna be the best offensive line? Banner's got that upside though. I mean, we've talked about it. 1st round talent and everything. He just got overweight and then bounced around team to team. Last year was his big opportunity. It just sucks that he got hurt.
It definitely was
because we could be talking about a different story with Banner right now, where he's like the staple right tackle for us. And Chooks being the left tackle would be way more unknown, but maybe it would be less of a concern because we have Banner at right tackle. Dotson had a nice little rookie season. We bring in a veteran in Turner. So, the holes, going back to what you're saying with DeCastro and Pouncey, when we had them on the line and we would try to piece the line together, it was less of a concern because we had those 2 dudes. Maybe we'd be telling a different story if Banner didn't get hurt last year. It was always
just one guy, though, right? It was always just one. It was never multiples of those guys. That's my thing, man. That's the part that makes me just so uneasy because it's easy to say put whoever out there when you have two legitimate all-pros, right? Marquise Pouncey and David DeCastro were legitimate first-team all-pro guys. So you knew, okay, man, I don't care what guys I got to throw out there. These dudes right here, they can make everybody better. Where are we getting that from right now? Like, we think Dotson is going to be a good player, but are we saying that Dotson is going to just elevate everybody? We talked about last year, we didn't see that, right? We said he played well, but it wasn't like he mauled people so much to the point where, oh man, you can O-line just looked drastically different. Like, was it Quentin Nelson, the Colts, right? When he got there, it was just, whoa, that thing is different. Just changed their whole outlook. Dotson played well, but he wasn't doing that. And that's the part where I'm just like, where are we going to get this drastic elevation of productivity from in that group? As it pertains to last year, that's the part. Because I'm not saying that this team, that this group needs to be better than when all those guys were healthy. No, but better than last year. That's for me where I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think anyone does.
Yeah.
I lean more optimistic. I guess you got the maybe a little bit of a more pessimistic approach.
Nah, man, I got my black and you know what I'm looking through.
I guess that's it, because I like I don't know. Because this, who knows? Maybe they could be top 10.
Well, no, I prefer the unknown in this scenario compared to what it was last year. But me just preferring the unknown doesn't make me feel like I'm more confident in the unknown, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like the unknown for you, it gives you more confidence in the group, because it's like, well, I haven't seen them play bad, so I'm going to give them benefit of the doubt. Whereas for me, I'm like, well, I haven't seen them play good, so that's why I don't want to give them the benefit of the doubt. So I think that's the little bit of a difference there. But yeah, either way, I think we both agreed that change was needed, and we are glad to at least see that part of it, man.
Yeah, change was needed for sure. Yeah, because I'm just trying to think of the other position groups, like if you were going to do conference levels and stuff.
Yeah. Because, like, if I were to say, okay, confidence level in the running back room, we would all feel like, yo, we're very confident. Confident in the starter. Man, very confident. Confident in the depth. We're very confident. We talked about inside linebacker, right? We said not necessarily as confident in the starters, very confident in the depth, though. So with offensive line.
I think that's the thing. Because whenever we were talking about linebacker, I felt like, because we knew what Spillane was, we knew what Vince Williams was, we knew what Devin Bush was, so we could talk about that a lot easier and saying like, okay, now my confidence level is so-so, because this is, I know what's gonna, I know what Spillane is, I know what Vince Williams is, but like with the line, I just don't. That's the thing, I just don't know. I like it a little bit though. I like the uncertainty.
I would like it if everything else was perfect for us. I just don't like it right now, man.
Like, and this is not saying, like I was saying earlier, this is not saying this is going to be a top 10 offensive line and we're going to be coming out guns blazing. Can we just maybe crank it up to top 25, top 20?
Now, John Devine brings up a good point here. He says, you know, the Steelers O-line is in trouble when it is now worse than the Bengals offensive line. You could definitely make that case that on paper. Now, we haven't seen, even though the Bengals made new additions and stuff like that, I still need to see that in stadium to believe it. I'm not believing it just yet. But, dude, I mean, our O-line is just crazy for us right now, man. Well, I guess not. It's crazy for me because when I joined, my perspective has always been this O-line being really, really good.
Yeah, that's, I mean, you caught us right at that.
Right, you said that's the outlier. That wasn't the norm for us.
Yeah, we've had shoddy offensive lines for most of Ben's career.
Like, oh my God. And I think that's what makes me even more nervous because now I'm just like, well, he's older now. He can't.
It is, his game is definitely different. Like last year, I thought he had this more mental approach with how he was doing the short passes, and especially early on in his career.
Yeah.
How we were controlling the offense and controlling the clock. It's just different. So yeah, we don't want. We shouldn't have wanted a shitty offensive line when Ben was young too, because he was getting beat up like no other. And we definitely don't want it now, later in his career like this. But I have nothing else to like go to where it's like this. Somehow this is gonna be fine, especially when we compare it to last year, which I don't know, man. 08, I don't know. 08, 07.
It was like bad.
It was so bad in 08, dude.
And Joel literally just put that in the text. He was like, yo, 08 line was bad.
We won the Super Bowl, though.
It's crazy.
It was that was easily the worst offensive line in the league. He would take a drop back, man. It'd be 2 seconds. It would just be crazy. But yeah, we don't want that now. We didn't want it then, but now we don't want it now.
But 08 Ben could move a lot better than 2021 been, man. 2021 been, he had a lot that he sustained throughout his playing years, man. Like, we don't need that type of vibe right now, man.
We don't.
Oh, goodness, man.
I think it goes back to what I was saying, though. If this was such a concern, we saw how we finished last year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we would just be okay with, hey, throw these guys out here. I don't believe in them. I don't have faith that they're gonna make a jump.
But no,
maybe they've seen something. It goes back to even like Pierre too.
So let me. But I can address that though, because I've said that same thing with certain people that make those type of decisions. Like, oh man, does this mean that you're just super confident in the guys you have? No. The response was, sometimes these are the players that are available to you, and you take the best person that you can get at that time. It's not necessarily that you have the utmost confidence in this group. It's just that, man, at the time, this is the best thing that I can do right now. And we know that this might help us as a whole, even though it's not going to improve this group. And I might not have any high level of confidence in this group. I know his impact is more than what this group is going to be right now. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's a vote of confidence that they didn't address offensive line early in the draft or through free agency. It was more so just the product of the circumstances. It was a result of that. In terms of the draft playing out how it did in the first and second round, we talked about the board at 24, then the board at 55. We talked about why it played out like that. But then also free agency. Remember, we didn't have a ton of money early on. So they couldn't go out there and do some of the things that we thought they should do. So that's the other part of it. Is not necessarily the decision makers are confident in these groups. No. That's just how it worked out at the time.
Could I say incomplete then for mine? I'm confident it's going to be better.
I did see someone say that in the chat too, incomplete earlier.
It's like, just give me a week or two. Like, just let me see it. If we're getting blitzed left and right, it's like, all right, now my confidence is down to twos. But it could be the opposite, where it's like, holy hell, this looks like a complete 180 from last year. It's kind of like a cop-out answer. It kind of blows, but
it's cool though, because that was just the first part of it, right? Just the O-line as a unit. But now let's just talk about the individual starters, right? Because we obviously have a little bit of a mix of how we think the O-line is, or the starters will be, but just position by position, right? Right tackle, if it's Zach Banner as a starter, what is your confidence level in him as a starter?
I got a good feeling with him.
Yeah,
I do. I don't know if he's come on the show. He's got that good personality. But I do think there is a little bit of a reason that we gave him that contract.
Mm-hmm.
I think we were being wise with that. Because maybe he could be down the line this double-digit right tackle type of dude. We just got to see it. He's got the talent. And we saw what he did as the sixth guy on the offensive line. And we thought he was going to make that jump next season, last season. That's why we named him the starter at right tackle. So I think coming off the injury like he did, for us to still give him that contract, I think it was 2 years, right?
Yes, 2 years,
about
2 years,
$4 million apiece.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I do. Like, compared to, he's probably second or third. He's probably third on the list.
Okay.
I'd say.
See, for me, man, I'm cautiously optimistic, about Banner. I think what he's going to be able to bring into the run game. I think that's going to be something that we're going to really enjoy about his game. The pass protection part is the part where I'm a little concerned. I just haven't seen enough high quality reps. Now, I know the reports last year was during training camp. He was starting to get really good in terms of just him and his battles with TJ Watt.
Whoa.
But I caution you because the familiarity element. When you're going against the same player every day, eventually you catch on. So the reports were TJ dominated him early on in camp. It was a joke, like him trying to go up against TJ. And then towards the end of camp, it got competitive. And obviously that's why he was able to win the starting tackle job. But to me, I think of two ways. I'm like, okay, one, yes, he improved. But the other thing is, when you're going against the same person every day, think about just me and you, how we start to build a rapport of, I know certain things you're going to do. I know your triggers. You know some of my triggers. If it was our first time going against each other, it's not even close, right? I would be able to do certain things that you couldn't. But when we are doing this continually, you build that rapport, you see the same people every day. It's like, no, eventually you catch up. Eventually you close that gap. And that's the thing with Banner that I'm just like, I like it that he was improving, that he didn't just get destroyed the whole time. But at the same time, I'm like, it's multiple reasons why that could have been the case. And that's the part where, like I said, what makes me cautiously optimistic for him as a pass protector. But in the run game, I think that he should do just fine there. Now, cool. With Trey Turner, confidence level in him?
He'd probably be 2 on my list. Yeah. I think I think he turns back the clock a little bit. He says he's 100% healthy.
Say he is, man.
He's still young.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been a 5-time Pro Bowler. I mean, could you question some of those Pro Bowls? Maybe some of the Carolina fans were his last couple of years there, but I mean, are we doing conference level just as a whole or compared to everyone else?
I was looking at it more so just as a whole in that person, right?
Because I think he's gonna be fine. I think he's gonna have a solid season. That's essentially what I'm thinking with him. If he's healthy, I think he's gonna be back to who he was with Carolina.
With Trey, I'm confident. I probably have the most. I probably have most confidence in Dotson, but I'm very confident in Trey. I think that Trey, like I talked about with his injuries, soft tissue injuries, those are things that should not be an issue. They should not be an issue going into this new season. Him having the full off season, not a COVID off season, him being able to actually get in a training camp with us, have a full camp, preseason games, etc. I think that that's going to be a huge benefit for him, and I do think that he'll be good. He'll play fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
he's done it enough in his career. Like, he's healthy. He's young enough still. Why not? He's got to be motivated too. He's on a 1-year contract.
The only reason I'm more confident in Dotson is because Dotson is younger and he's coming into his. Whereas with Trey is, I mean, he's not on the back end, but obviously he's not a rookie. He's not a younger guy. So that was probably the only reason why I think I'm a little bit more confident in Dotson. But yeah, Trey's going to be fine, I feel like.
Center.
Are we going JC or are we going Green? Because I feel like we both share the same sentiments in terms of...
I just want to see Green.
I do too.
It's going to be JC though, probably, right?
I feel like it will be, but I wanted to be Green.
I can't wait till preseason, man, because maybe we could have more in-depth conversations about this. Then we could see JC at the beginning of the game, and then we see Kendrick.
5 weeks away.
Yeah,
5 weeks away, man. We got our first game, and those guys will definitely be playing in those games. So that's gonna be good. And I wonder with Banner when we see him in the preseason, because you remember he was still recovering from the ACL, right? So we know he wasn't doing any of the practice stuff, but he was still obviously out there. So I want to know, like, is he playing in that first preseason game, or do we got to wait till the third one to see him? Like, when do we get to see that? Because that's gonna be critical. That's the one right there. That's
confidence level in JC.
Yeah,
I just like Green better, so I have more confidence level in him. Like, that's who I want to be starting.
Okay,
we spent a 3rd-round pick on him. I like his highlights and his bruising mentality that he brings to the table. But yeah, if JC, I'm not feeling as confident. If we're comparing to last year, JC versus Pouncey. I know you said, wouldn't you'd rather have Pouncey still?
Absolutely.
Coming into this
because
year.
The thing is, I can show you the snaps, and that's what everybody points to. That's the thing that sticks out, is the sore thumbs. But on a play-by-play basis, if we're talking about, did you make this run block and make sure your guy didn't make the tackle? Did you pass block and make sure your guy didn't have a pressure, didn't cause any type of disruption? Play-by-play, Pouncey was the better player right there. So that's my thing. Like, I mean, it's easy to go hot topic because when a guy snaps it over your head and then you lose the way that they lose, we're all pointing fingers. We're always looking for people, right? And we know that people, if they're not going to put it on Ben, they typically go to the next people, and they go Pouncey, or they go Connor, or they go Randy Fiegner. We got that. But if you watch the tape, Pouncey was still the better player. And that's what I think people forget. There's just such a bad feeling because of that play, because of that game, that everybody's mindset is just, oh yeah, this dude is done. Anybody can be better than him. And I'm like, that's not necessarily the case, man. It's not how that thing always works, baby.
Yeah, I'll just say confidence level in the center position compared to the other ones, probably 4th. Probably 4th. JC, not as high on JC. More pumped about Green, though. We haven't seen him play, but I'm more pumped about that because we spent the 3rd-round pick on him.
I'm pumped for Green. I think that, once he gets caught up and he's ready to go, I think that that's the breath of fresh air. I like him a lot. JC or BJ Finney, I don't want to disrespect either one of those guys, but we both know that they're limited. That's the issue with them. Undersized, limited. Now, I feel like BJ's a little bit bigger than JC, but they're both still smaller guys, built more like we talked about the zone blockers versus man blockers, right? They're more zone block style guys, man, in terms of smaller, quicker players. Excuse me, but Kendrick Green has to be that guy. So confidence level in Kendrick, very confident in Kendrick. Not crazy confident, but very confident. Because I just think that he'll be able to adjust to snapping. And I like what I saw on tape in terms of how he moves, how he blocks, the physical nature that he plays with. JC, BJ. Well, midway. Can I give him that?
Sure. What would you
kind of
What would you do if you were the coach? Would you just Like if Green, it's tough because you don't want to say, oh, if he's not ready, you obviously wouldn't play him. But like if it's close enough and you're just like, hey, I want to give Green the chance.
If it's close, I'm going Green. Like if it's, but Coach Tom will do that as well. Coach Tom will tell you anytime, man. If it's close between a rookie versus a veteran or a starter or something like that, he'd like to go with the rookie. And I agree, man. I would definitely go with, if it's close coming into that last week of preseason, yeah, I'm going with Kendrick Green, man. I'm going to ride with this young fella. He's going to gain even more experiences as we go through there. But it has to be close. If it's not close, and I don't think it's going to be close from a physical standpoint, we're talking mental. That's the part that's going to dictate the closeness, because physically, Kendrick is going to be more gifted than JC or BJ. Physically, he's going to be stronger. He's going to be faster. He's going to be able to move people a lot better. That's not what we're questioning. The mental is what we're questioning, because you can be the strongest, the most athletic player in the world. If you don't know what you're doing, if you don't understand technique, if you don't understand the way plays are designed, it's not going to matter. And that's the thing that we got to see with Kendrick. And I haven't seen enough of, it's not like I could go back and watch like tape on his mini camp practices. So I can't even go and look to see like, all right, how does that look all the way there? But 5 weeks away, man, from the preseason game, man. So we'll definitely be able to see it then. But that's the part for me, man.
Chances of him beating out JC in preseason, like what percentage do you put on that compared to maybe some of the other rookie battles of like with Buddy Johnson at inside linebacker, we got Dan Moore potentially at left tackle. Do you think that's the most likely?
This is tough. See, because I don't know JC like that. Like, but I'm assuming JC is going to have to be a very smart player if he's beating out BJ Finney. And I know BJ Finney knows his stuff.
So it's not out of question you think BJ.
Right, that's because
he might get the starting
spot.
That's
what I'm saying. Like I don't think that we forgetting about him, but in Pittsburgh they like BJ a lot.
Okay,
that's the thing too, man. So I'm still.
Do you think he's the most likely rookie though, outside of Pat?
Outside of Pat and Najee, yeah, I think he's the most likely to start.
Because Pat, yeah. I mean, we're not saying he's beating out Ebron, but he's gonna
be tight end too, though.
It's gonna be some type of formations that we use both of them.
And I don't see Buddy beating out Spillane or Vince, or if we were to sign another guy inside linebacker, I don't see Buddy beating those guys out.
Dan Moore versus Chooks.
That's interesting, but that's just interesting. That's interesting. Because I can't.
I feel like you got intel.
Well, I do, but I can't. Yeah, I gotta wait. So yeah, I gotta wait. So yeah, I'll wait. I got 5 weeks.
Wait till we talk about the left tackle position.
No, I gotta wait.
We got left guard.
I just gotta wait 5 weeks to like drop that. I can't say that now. Yeah, that'll get me in trouble for a fact. That'll for a fact get me.
Speaking of center position, we got Barilla 92 bringing in a suggestion.
Oh, what does he got? What does he have for us, man?
Presley Harvin at center over JC. If people thought Pouncey was getting blown up, oh crap, I lost the comment. If people thought Pouncey was getting blown up last year, sheesh. Ben is going to have JC in his lap all game.
Yeah. That's funny, low-key.
Hey, sometimes you got to think out of the box here.
Man, Presley, I mean, they probably about what in size? Let me stop messing with them. But no, JC he's small, man. What, man? Let me pull up. Let's pull up JC's height. You got his body is I
can't. I was gonna say we got another contribution though too.
Oh no, go ahead, get that one then.
By Juan Rangel.
Okay.
He says, I think Deke can take Moats. That's it. I don't know what
Deke probably get me. I'm washed, man. I'm washed. You got big Deke energy, man.
What if I'm like the offensive tackle and you're blitzing? Is that what he's saying?
I don't know, man. Either way, I'm washed. In all
I'd probably just take cheap shots, man. I'd probably go for like the chop blocks or something. Look,
I'm mentally weak. I'm gonna Patrick Beverly you. I'm gonna wait till you turn your back and I'm gonna push you really hard. And then say it wasn't meant for you. That's my vibe.
What would that penalty be on defense?
It's a 15-yard personal foul.
I was gonna say for me that would be what do they call that?
Hands to the face, maybe.
No, if I push you in the back.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Or blocking
in the back. There it is. Wow. I completely lost my mind.
Yeah, I was like, where we going?
Yeah, they would call blocking the back. Yeah. I didn't know if there was something for defense that there would be. Yeah, I guess personal foul or something. Foul. Unnecessary roughness.
I would definitely hit you square in the back. I'm mentally weak and I'm emotional.
No, I could look up. What were you saying, JC?
Yeah. See, I want to see how big he is, man.
So this is
JC and look up BJ as well, please. So we don't have to go off the top of the head. And Trina Still Diva 5. Good morning. Good morning. She says good morning, everyone. Top of the morning to you. Some of my pops always used to get us going in the morning. Top of the morning. Top of the morning.
What up? All right, so we got.
So you say, man, they on it in the chat. They say JC is 6'2", 295.
Yeah, that's what Pro Football Reference is saying.
Man, shout out to you, Deke, man, and also shout out to South Florida still.
No, they beat me to it. BJ's 6'4", 318.
6'4", 318. Yeah, I was gonna say BJ. And BJ I always thought was small, but no, BJ's a
he
big
does.
person.
He looks stockier.
He is, yeah. And because of how Pouncey was more like taller and leaner.
Yeah.
I think that was also why. But yeah, JC is little, man. He's built, like I said, built more like a zone blocker. Zone blocking is cool because we talked about, we do use a mix of those things. But Kendrick, he can get you that physical AFC North that we like. And that's the thing. But mentally, he has to be capable. He has to be ready to handle that. And that's the thing also, man. Like, it's nothing worse than the guys in front of you. If you're Ben, if a guy in front of you doesn't know what he's doing, that can be very bad for Ben. That's O-line making mistakes is kind of like when we talk about the secondary when they make mistakes. You notice it. It sticks out because typically an O-lineman making a mistake or getting beat is a sack. It's a tackle for a loss. Typically, if a secondary player makes a mistake, it's a 60-yard bomb. It's a touchdown, right? So it stands out a lot more. That's the thing with when we talk about this O-line. It's like, man, we got to get that part. Got to get that, man.
Left guard?
Left guard it is, man.
You know I'm confident.
Man, I got thrown off for a second because I was asked what my weight was in the chat. And I got to thinking, I was like, well, why you were wrong? Wait, what's Deke's weight? How about that? What's your weight?
I should check. I hope I'm not 2 bills right now. I really hope I'm not.
What? You're no way. No way.
I hope I'm not.
No way.
I could check when I get home, but I mean, I used to be like 170, 175. If I had to guess right now, I'm probably 20 pounds overweight, honestly. I'm probably at least 190.
Wow.
Probably at least. I need to get back down to 170.
That is interesting, man. I messed around and got too slim. I'm trying to bulk back up a little bit.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I got down. I was like 240 the other day. I was like, oh Lord, I don't want to be this light. So yeah, I'm trying to get back up a little bit to them 47s, them 48s.
Okay.
Keep it a little girth on me. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, I ain't like that thin look over there.
You don't want to get beat up. You can't.
It's not even beat up. The thing is this: when I'm that low, that's like playing weight for me. I don't want to be in that.
Why? Because now you're getting thoughts?
No. I just don't like the mindset of being in playing weight. It seems guilty.
It's too serious?
Yeah, it's just like, I'm doing too much.
Okay.
Yeah, doing way too much.
What if you got below it, though?
Like I said, it's still too much. That means I'm doing it too consistently. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
That's not retirement. Retirement means you're supposed to let yourself go.
Sure.
You're supposed to get chubby fat, move to Miami.
Sure.
Smoke cigars, eat pasta. That's what I'm supposed to do. So if I, you know what I'm saying, when my weight getting low like that, I'm like, nah, that ain't what I'm looking for here, baby. I gotta, you know what I'm saying, bulk it up a little bit, man. I was in bulk mode the other day. I had Cheesecake Factory. Woman get me a big old piece of cheesecake in the bed, going to town. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get big again, baby.
That's the formula.
Yeah, man. That's what you gotta do sometimes, man. All right. Oh. Now, Juan brings up a good question. Juan says, what happened to Deke looking like Brad Pitt?
Well, I think I laid all this out there one episode. I got all deep about it. You did. Sentimental.
Philosophical and stuff, man.
Just didn't really care enough, to be honest with you. At that point, it's still something I want to do. But at that point, I didn't care about going to the gym. I'd rather spend my time doing other things. That's what it came down to. Mm-hmm. Basically, what it came to, I wasn't that guy. I just wasn't that guy. You ever see that video?
I've seen it, man.
You're not that guy, pal. Man. That's who I was.
Hey, you're not that guy.
That's what happened to me.
It's that simple, man. It's that simple.
But it's still there. I'm not. Trust me, it's not far from my mind. It's still something to think about and want to accomplish. But we'll see.
All right.
I'm not going to talk about it anymore because when I talked about it, I can't say I put pressure on myself. Mm-hmm. Because obviously, if I put pressure on myself, I probably would have followed through on it. I just talk a lot. Those are my ideas, though. I float those ideas out there, but I'm just, it
happens.
I'm just gonna stay low key with this, man.
It happens.
So if you see me one of these days and I'm looking like that, maybe give a comment because I'm not gonna throw it out there.
I'm with it, man.
Yeah.
And Wayne Montana 6 says you got to have confidence, bro. You are that guy. Just throwing it out there, man.
I could be.
You definitely.
I wasn't though. I wasn't that guy.
But you're always that guy because you're big Deke, bro. Oh, and now Juan says you got to meet him at 220 Deke.
220 pounds?
Yeah, he says meet him there, man. Catch weight.
No way. I want to lose.
That's what they call it in boxing. You get a little catch weight going on right there, man.
No way.
Meet at 220.
Dude, 220 would be terrible for me.
You could pull off 220. Beard it up.
Well, I was thinking
Thick
this.
Beard, grow the hair
Maybe
out.
I could just get fatter because I'd be funnier. That's a thing.
That is a thing. Who was it? Jonah Hill, right?
He looks less funny now.
Yeah, he's jacked up as it is. Like, I like you a little bit more when you're thicker. But I have heard that, and a lot of like bigger comedians, when they shift and change their body, they have said they don't seem to be as funny, even though the jokes are still the same. It's just like, yeah. So
I could do that. So 220, just get fat.
Jeez.
Maybe I'm a little more funny.
Be a little comedian then, man. But all right, getting back on topic here before we continue through. All right, we said we were at left guard, right? Left guard with
Kevin
Dotson. Confidence through the roof. Very confident.
Yeah, he's first on my list if we're going to rank him.
Very confident, man.
Why not? I mean, we had these reports come out that could try to sway some people with their confidence, but Dotson and people around him were saying, no, don't listen. And a lot of people, I mean, even you mentioned, you're like, Dotson was looking good. So, we'll be fine with Dotson, man. He was one of the, I mentioned it last podcast, he was one of the best guys on our offensive line when he played. So why not? He's going from rookie, sophomore year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why not? Why wouldn't he take that jump?
Yes, and he's healthy. That's the other thing, man. Whereas, like, when we talked about with Devin Bush making jumps, it was like, well, man, it's a little bit altered here, right? He didn't get a full second season. Whereas with Dotson, granted, it was his first season, but he was healthy the whole time. He learned a lot, played in big games as well, man. So, for me, man, I'm very confident in Dotson. I like him a lot at left guard. Think that he stays there, he'll be good, regardless of what the reports might have said. Because what if we get the flipperoo, though?
What?
Trey Turner was here for Dotson. What if they put Trey at left guard, put Dotson at right guard?
That'd be better.
That'd be funny.
Because Dotson likes right guard.
Yeah, but Trey's a right guard, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just more of who would you want. What's more important? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
I was going to say, what's more important?
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
They
both need to be out there.
If you think Dotson's the better player and right guard is more important, then put him at right guard.
It does not matter. Just get him out there.
Okay.
Somehow, some way. All right. And now left tackle. Are we going Dan Moore or are we going Chooks? That's the real question here.
Well, confidence level is probably worse out of everyone else on the offensive line, in my opinion.
No. Oh, no. Are you saying worse than like JC, or are you saying worse than like Kendrick Green as a
center position, I think.
Okay. Oh, man.
Importance of left tackle.
Very important. Very important.
Center, maybe it could be masked a little bit having Dotson and Trey Turner there. Left tackle, I mean, you bring up good points. We haven't seen Chooks at left tackle. I'd rather see Dan Moore out there, though. We got these hidden tapes out there saying that he's looking amazing.
Hidden tapes? Where did these tapes come from, man?
He was a left tackle all through college.
Where are these tapes coming from, man?
It was the Roland Rivers tape that he posted to his YouTube, and it got taken down.
Come on,
people are saying Dan Moore was just blowing people up.
Come on, man. Roland, are you talking about rookie minicamp tape? Is that what you're referring to?
Maybe.
Oh, man. Y'all got to stop this, Deke. Deke, y'all got to stop this, man.
I want to see Dan Moore.
Y'all got to stop this, Deke. Y'all got to stop this, man. Not rookie minicamp tape, Deke. Deke, think about what rookie minicamp tape
I never seen it. I'm going off of hearsay even.
Deke, if it's rookie minicamp tape, just think about the rookies that would be there. Quincy Roche was the only outside linebacker that we even drafted, right? Now, I think we brought in, was it Calvin Bundage? And wasn't there, it might have been another guy that we brought in as an outside guy. Drawing a blank on him off the top of the head. But
was it rookie?
Huh?
Was it rookie? I don't know.
Roland, I mean, how many reps you think Roland Rivers was getting in OTAs?
Okay. So maybe it was.
Because think about it, right? You got Ben, who was getting his reps, right? That was documented. Mason, who was getting his reps. Haskins, who everybody was raving about. And Dobbs was getting reps. Think Roland Rivers was getting a lot of reps, man?
Probably not.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, man, y'all gotta stop this, man. Lord, the hidden tapes. Stop. Oh, man. But yeah.
A lot of people are hype on Chooks, though, in the chat.
I'm seeing that, man. Yeah. What was it? Rod Dollar, man. He says Chooks is going to be a beast right here. Man, all right. Rocky Roxham says Dan Moore isn't NFL ready. He says he thinks you should start Chooks at left tackle. He faced not Nick Chubb. He faced Bradley Chubb and Von Miller and pissed the shutout versus those guys. He's talking about 2 years ago.
Did good against J.J. Watt last year, too.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't the weak link on the offensive line last year. He wasn't.
Should I switch it?
You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, what I was going to say, I'm more confident in Kendrick Green. But if it's Chooks versus JC, maybe you lean Chooks. But yeah, like we said,
I'm very confident in Chooks compared to JC. I just don't like Chooks at left tackle right now. But it's not necessarily because he's played bad. It's just I haven't seen enough of him at right tackle as a great pass blocker to make me feel like it's going to be some like upgrade over what Al was doing as a pass blocker last year at left tackle. That's my big thing.
Okay. So yeah, maybe this is a fair statement. Left tackle versus center. Feel a little bit more confident in center throughout the whole season.
Correct. Yes.
But Chooks versus JC.
Confident
we'll go with Chooks. I think that's fair.
Absolutely. And see, that's why we break the conversation down like that. Instead of it just being a whole just O-line unit, right? No, it's like, no, let's get real specific here. Because we can have difference of opinions. Like, if you hear how we talk about them individually, it's a lot more optimistic about them individually. But when you talk about them collectively, it's like, I don't know. Or it could be vice versa. But that's the purpose of having those type of conversations, man.
Sure.
All right. And now, before we go to the next topic, we got Michael Patrick Mccracken. I love his last name, man. Shout out to you, man, for that, man. We appreciate the support as well. But he says, what are the players doing right now?
That's a good question.
After OTAs, after minicamp, and before training camp? Are they working together? Are there any team activities? So a lot goes on right now. Nothing is mandatory, right? So once minicamp ends, all mandatory stuff goes away. So mandatory meetings, mandatory practices, mandatory workouts are all off the table. But what typically happens is this. You have multiple, and I'll break it down a couple of ways. You got the guys that stay in town and the guys that leave. And I've been a part of both groups. So I've been a guy that stayed in town, and typically you'll have a group of, 10 to 20 guys that stay locally, right? They're just like, man, is this close to the season? I'm going to just stay in town, and you'll get with that group and y'all will just have workouts and practices by yourselves right at the facility. Can't have coaches out there. The strength coach can be out there, but not when you're doing like football stuff. So they can come out there, coaches are how you doing your workouts and everything. The strength coach, not your position coach. Strength coach, how you doing your workouts. And then from there, you'll go on the practice field. And literally, like I remember like Cam Hayward, Marquise Pouncey, like we would always be a part of that group that would stay in town. And we would go through full off-season workouts. But during this time, we wouldn't just do your typical sprints and lifting weights. We would actually go out and do simulated practices. So even though we would, be makeshift in terms of you don't have a full office line, you don't have a full this, we would work on, okay, if I'm working on coverage today. Well, we had at the time a younger trainer who was pretty fast. I'm like, all right, well, you just run the route tree, run 7 cuts, run out cuts. So for me, I'm getting my different drops and breaks. And that's how I'm working on it. Now, if you're Pouncey is working on his snap and his pass sets along with, and once the pass is thrown, running downfield to make a block. Cam Hayward, he's working on a pass rest on air or on a dummy bag. And then from there, he's running. So you get that element. Those for the guys that stay in town, right? Then from there, you go to training camp. The guys that leave, you typically are going to wherever you train at, whether it's your college, whether it's at one of these performance centers or however you do it. And that's what you do. You train there every day with that group or by yourself, and you kind of do your thing that way. And then I know for me also, before training camp would start, we would always take one last like family vacation. Regardless if it was in the States, out the country, wherever, we were going to take one trip right before training camp hit, because we knew after training camp, like once you go to training camp, like you're on that grind until after the Super Bowl. So that's typically what happens during this time of year, but nothing is mandatory. You can talk to your coaches, but you can't have like meetings with them, because obviously you got coaches out here that take full advantage of that. So yeah, you can't have anything formal with them, but you're still able to get treatment. Like, so if you're a guy that's either recovering from an injury or you just want to stay, on top of it and stay healthy, you got full access to those guys as well in terms of the training staff, the facilities and stuff as well. So that's typically what goes on during this time of year.
Good question.
Yeah, the fine tuning, man. This when you're sharpening that last little bit of that blade on the ground, like kink, kink, kink. All right, I'm good to go. Now when you come back, it's wartime, baby. Yes, indeed. All right, so here we go. Next thing we got today, man. Oh, we had a signing. Oh, what you got first?
Well, I was gonna bring up before we switch. Did we want to talk about any potential signings we want to make on the offensive line?
So yeah, what you got, man?
Well, I think the only guy out there that would make sense, we're talking about offensive tackle, because Morgan Moses already got signed. And this is, I mean, if you look up a bunch of these NFL publications,
where did he sign it?
Jets.
Yeah, okay.
I think it was like $3 million. Like, it's one of those things where you're like, damn, dude, damn. Yep. 1 year deal, $3 million.
Basically what we gave Trey. Yeah.
It would have been nice. The only guy left is probably Mitchell Schwartz.
Yeah.
That people are talking about. And actually, like Bleacher Report, a bunch of these NFL sites, they're saying, what are the best landing spots for Mitchell Schwartz?
Yeah.
They have us in like the top 2 or 3 in all of these.
Always. I mean, healthy Mitchell Schwartz, he'd be the best offensive line we have right now. If he was healthy. Problem is he's coming off of a back injury.
With the surgery?
Yeah, like that just scares me. Now, if you're Kevin Colbert, you might not be as scared, or you might say the thought of this guy being the starter for, the duration scares you more. That could be the case also. I don't know.
They haven't made the move yet.
Yeah.
I wonder how much he'd be going for. Because, a year or two ago, people were saying he's the best offensive tackle in the league.
Yeah.
But now with the surgery, does his market go down that much? I mean, he hasn't signed yet.
Yes,
now is it that Morgan Moses range, $2 or $3 million?
I mean, realistically, I could see it just because the injury is like you're coming off of a back injury, and it was a late year. It was late in the year when you decided to have the surgery. Like, remember, he didn't have the surgery during the playoffs.
Yeah, February, right?
Yeah, it was February because he thought that it was just gonna, he could just rehab it and it would get better, but it never did. So you had late back surgery. That's, for me, I'm just like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't. And if you're other teams, you don't want to pay too much for that first year back from the back surgery. You wait. You want to see, are you really healthy? Are you going to return back to form? So I think he signs a 1 year, anywhere 3, 5, 7 is probably high end for him right now. And then from there, he proves that he's back healthy. Then he breaks the bank again.
So it's a tough spot where
it is, man.
Because you could technically just, like, in a way, sign him on, and if it's not working, then just cut him.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel like good business, though.
It's not.
It's just not good business.
It's not at all, man.
Because it doesn't hurt to see what he has.
If he's healthy, like I said, he will for a fact be the best offensive lineman we have. Like, it won't even be a debate. Like, he's like that.
What's his time? Is he looking to play week 1?
I don't know. I haven't followed his, like, situation to that extent.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, why wouldn't he be healthy at this point then?
Right. Well, I think he's still recovering. That's the thing. He's still recovering from it.
Okay.
Like, yeah, back surgery. That's what I'm saying. Like, back surgery's not like you just have a cleanup. Oh, he's good in a couple weeks. Nah. I mean, think Zach still isn't even 100% back just yet. And Zach tore his ACL in the second quarter of the first game of the season. I'm just like, I'm not confident with that, man. I'm not.
Where he might not even play for us this year is what you mean. Like,
or
if we sign him.
No, he will probably play, but it wouldn't be early. That's my concern.
Okay.
Like, is it I gotta wait till week 5 to get him back out there? So it's like he's still gonna play 11 games, but I'm like, those first 5 games, like that's significant. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So maybe it is just better
or
to wait.
Does it become he's available at the beginning of the season, but because the surgery was this year, it's a lingering thing. He's in and out of the lineup, or he's in the lineup, but he's not healthy. And it looks like that. If a back tightens up, if a back isn't healthy, you look stiff. You can't move. And as a tackle, you got to be able to move. You have to be able to bend. You got to be able to take on that power from a bull rush. Those are the things where I think that he would struggle with if he's not completely healthy. And that's my biggest concern with him. But now, this is the thing that we talked about earlier. All those concerns. So if you don't sign him, does that mean that you had this great level of confidence in Zach? No. It just means that the guy that we were looking at, he had a little bit more question marks about him, right? But if it was healthy Mitchell Schwartz, we're all sitting here saying that we would do what? We would, for a fact, take healthy Mitchell Schwartz.
Then what about Morgan Moses, though?
That's the other thing, right? I'm with you on that. I'm with you.
It makes you wonder.
Yeah. But then it also makes you wonder also, okay, if the Steelers were in the mix, which I'm probably sure they were, did he just simply say he wanted to go to New York instead of there? That's also realistic. Because we always assume...
Did he even make a visit with us, though? We probably would have heard about that.
I don't remember. I think he... No, did he? No, I don't think he did. I think it was just always just the reports of...
Just rumors. Yes. Steelers need an offensive tackle. Mm-hmm. This would be a good fit. Because we never heard of anything. He made a visit with the Jets, I think, a week or two ago. And everyone thought he was for sure signing with the Jets. But then all of a sudden, that lingered for a while. It was almost like the Albo and Ueva thing. Then he eventually did sign with them. I don't know. A little disappointed we didn't get him. It would have been nice because we were all amped about that whenever we signed Trey Turner. It's like, who do we sign next? It's like, let's just bulk up the O-line. Let's get Moses too.
It would have been perfect. We used to be signed for. I'm like, yeah, why not? Yeah.
So Schwartz, maybe keep an eye on throughout the regular season.
I definitely would.
If our offensive line's struggling like that.
True. Because, we keep forgetting. I mean, Banner, he's still coming back from the knee injury. Yeah, he's not even 100% just yet. So, yeah.
Oh, he's got to be close with the timeline right now.
Absolutely.
Because what is it? It's with ACLs, it's close to 9-10 months.
It depends.
Some people like AP, it's like, holy hell. It's 6 months.
True. Or you even think about Devin Bush, right?
Terrell Suggs had a crazy recovery.
Was
it like 5 months?
Yeah, that thing was nuts, man.
I forget if it was ACL or Achilles.
Because he was hooping. Yeah, he was Achilles off of hooping.
He came back. You're like, what the hell?
And it was a beast, too. It wasn't he came back and sucked. Like, it was dominant,
man.
He
was like KD, man.
Heck yeah.
KD coming off this Achilles, it doesn't look like he lost his step, really.
Now, before we transition to this next topic, man, Joey Dirt, we appreciate you as well, man, for your support. He says, who was the last 3 running backs standing for your Pittsburgh
Hot topic here.
That is. Last 3 running backs standing. Uh-oh.
Najee.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. 3?
3. He says 3.
We sure we're not keeping 4?
He said 3. I like it when you put a limit on it like that. Ooh.
Najee.
Okay. That's 1.
Why do I have a feeling about Balazs? So then it's between Snell and McFarland.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Woo.
Probably McFarland.
Wow, I like this. Yeah, for me, I'm going to go Najee, Benny, and McFarland.
Whoa, Benny over Balazs?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too.
Absolutely, yeah. And
there might be something to Balazs.
I don't know, man. All I know is when I walked up on Benny going to the mini camp, I said, boy, you look like a killer now. Like, he looked like a killer. That's all I know, man. That's all I know. And I told him he was walking. I said, yo, you look like you're a killer right now. You look pissed off. You look, you're ready to go ahead and prove something, man. That's all I'm saying. Okay? I can't tell you everything I was seeing, but don't sleep on Benny, man. Don't sleep on him. That's all. Just don't sleep on Benny, man.
I might need to change my answer now.
Don't sleep on Benny. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I like what I was seeing. Don't sleep on my man Benny, man. All right?
All right, I'm changing my answer.
No.
I can't stick with Balazs.
Just don't sleep on Benny,
New information came through.
Hey, bro. I'll tell you. I was like, yo, what? Dude, what you been doing? Where were you at? I like this. My man was in somebody's dungeon, forging steel. Boy, then came back from the goulash, man. Put some respect on this baby. I'm telling you, man.
RB competition then for RB1.
Hey, it's for RB1. Nah, I ain't going that far. Now. I ain't saying all that because as impressive as I was with that one, it was another guy out there. It was clear cut. Like, oh, you come from that other planet, huh? Oh, okay. Yeah. In fact, Troy Hudson, he might know him. So Troy Hudson, he says, greetings from AZ. He's elevated though. He's in Mars right now. Say, yeah. Najee, he visits from other planets like Mars and stuff like that. Like, it just is different. It's just different.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna straight up copy your answer then and change mine. if you're telling me Snell's looking this good,
I'm just gonna straight up copy your answer.
Balazs just cut off my list, bro. He just is. I'm sorry. Because I was going off some of these reports. Balazs was looking good early in these mini camps.
Balazs has been looking. He did. He looked well as well.
Should we drop McFarland? I feel like he's that change of pace back there. That's why he's making it.
He does provide change of pace. I'm ready to see that. I need to see it in a game, in preseason games. I want to see that new version, that a little bit. I don't want to say like slow down, but more controlled. Because we talked about last year, he was more road runner. He was a little out of control, man. Hey, and South Florida still said that you straight up plagiarism with it too, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad you admit, but technically you did give me the credit because you said I'm going to copy you. You did say I'm going to just copy you. So, yeah, it's got to come for something, man.
Didn't Picasso say something about that?
Something.
He said something about oh my God. I kind of want to look it up because it's a great quote.
You look it up while I'm going to get to Matt because Matt just checked in right here. Yo, Matt, we appreciate you as well. But he says, what's up, guys? Watching from work, low key. Hey, baby, we like when you watch from work. Trust me on that, man. Working smarter, not harder. Our job is to entertain. Our job is to educate. And our job is to distract you from your 9 to 5. So, yes, indeed.
I got the quote.
What's the quote? Let me hear it.
Good artists copy, great artists steal.
What?
Picasso said it. One of the greatest artists of all time.
All right.
And listen, man, I don't want to get on a whole school topic here, but no, actually, can I?
Go for it, man.
Copying and cheating in school.
Oh, Lord, I know exactly what
literally, for it to be illegal is just dumb because in real life, you're supposed to use all your resources possible to come to a conclusion or make a decision, all this other type of stuff. For some reason in school, to know the date of when this dude was born or stuff about math, it's like, dude, come on. Come on, man. The essence of working hard and knowing your stuff, that's one thing, but, man, I'm telling you.
If you say so, man.
I think copying homework, doing certain things in school, it's using your resources sometimes. You gotta weigh things. You gotta weigh your options with certain things.
I'm not going down that line with you, man.
College
I'm not going there with you.
Didn't mess with that because if you get caught, you're getting tossed out. You gotta weigh options with that. But like high school, man, you and your friends, like, hey, man, I don't feel like doing this. I want to play video games. Going to school the next day, you try to get some homework off someone else. That's it.
As long as it worked for you, man, that's all that matters, baby. As long as it worked, that's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. You gotta use your resources, baby. Use resources.
You heard what Picasso said.
Hey, Picasso said it's facts, man. You know how he lives. All right, now back to, let's see, this is Kaleo. Shout out to you, Kaleo. Says, morning, y'all. And he's going with Najee, Kalen Balaj, and Anthony McFarland. Okay.
Oh, he stole my answer.
He did. He went and stole yours, man. And Donald Copeland, shout out to you, man. He's tuning in. He said he's watching from the work drawer. I don't even know what that means, but I'm assuming it's like in his drawer at work and he's got it on the phone. Sounds like it. I like it, man. Trapping. Keep it going, baby. Keep it going. Oh, let's see. Let me see. Was there anyone else with their trios?
I got to respond to this. Peter Miles, Deke justifying cheating. I don't consider that cheating, the school stuff.
So you don't?
No, I think that's using your resources for school.
But they're testing you to see like how much you know.
Does that stuff matter?
We're not asking if it matters. I'm just simply saying that they're testing to see what you know.
I never saw it that way. I'm telling you. I saw it as group work, being smart. Let's be real. A bunch of this stuff you learn in high school, man, it's pretty much BS.
All I know is they just just test to see what you know. That's it. Hey, man, but it's all love, baby. It's all, and Rod Dollar, man, we appreciate you and your daughter as well, man. He says that his daughter loves us, man, loves tuning in us, man. So shout out to her as well, man. And hopefully she's not using all her resources, or she is using the resources. She's not using them in college, because as you said, you got to weigh your options.
I did not don't
use them in college.
No.
So yeah.
You get tossed out, whatever it is. I had a good college GPA. It's just like you got to figure out how you want to spend your time. In high school, I didn't want to be spending my time doing homework. I just spent about 7-8 hours in school. I want to play video games with my boys. That's what I want to be doing.
Okay.
And then I'd wait till the last second. For actual papers I'd be doing it last second and stuff. Yeah.
Shout out to Mike. Mike says that's just peer review. That's all. It's a peer review.
Sure.
Hey, y'all are wild, man. Y'all are wild. This is a good question right here. South Florida still says, so did the Patriots use all their resources? That's a good question.
This is football. That was school.
That's different.
This is a little more serious. Can't be messing around with football, man.
Patriots definitely used their resources. They was like, you know what, man, we're going to watch this tape. That's good. Film study. Then they said, we're going to, drop this PSI. That's good. It's math right there, numbers. So, yeah. Using resources, peer review.
There's a difference with that, though. Like, school, it's just about you, technically, right?
Is it, though?
It is. No, like with this, you're cheating out other teams and stuff.
No, school is about like the school as a whole, because they got test scores and they got to look good. And
but that's my other thing. Like all that stuff's BS, right?
I'm not getting into the school comment, man. I'm not going down there with you. But what I will talk about though, what I want to go to, is this new cat we just signed. Can we talk about the new cat? Can we go there? Can we talk about that?
Sure.
I don't want to talk about cheating today, man, because cheating made me get nervous. You might hear this conversation and be like, who's cheating? And then before I know it, I get hit up my head. I ain't got time to get, hey, man, I don't want to have that convo, baby. Chill. Stop. You won't even say that word in this. What?
Well, that's what I was telling you, man. I didn't consider it that. It was just resources in school.
Yeah. I don't want no parts of nothing. I don't cheat on nothing. I don't want to. I don't even cheat on my tax. I don't cheat on yo. I ain't cheat on.
Yeah, that's another good idea. Not to use resources on us to probably taxes. Don't mess with that. Yeah, don't mess with that. Be as honest as you can with that.
I like it. All right, and then one last one because we got two more accounts before we get to the Sam Sloman signing. I have to talk about that as well, man. But Daniel Katina, we appreciate you as well. Daniel says he's going with Najee, Benny Snell, and he says Moats.
Hey,
in the backfield, baby.
You and Brandon Jacobs switching positions.
Hey, dude, I'm telling you, I'm a one cut downhill back. All right, I'm not going to dance around. I'm not doing none of that. I'm a man. I need man blocking. I'm running power. Okay. That's what I run, powers and dives. And I want a fullback, okay? Derek White, you're gonna be heavily employed with me. Cause I ain't taking the blunt of that below first off. Nah. And I'm gonna run blind too the first couple plays. I want you to feel me hit you in your back, and that's gonna let you know you better get some movement up front. Cause I'm gonna hit you every time. Better get some movement. That's what I'm doing. Yep. So shout out to that. And Tay Kells, watching from work. Deke over that Madden loss yet? Woo, you gotta beat the Madden?
Well, I hopped on yesterday, feeling good. Was trying to go for back-to-back Super Bowls. I mean, multiple losses. I think I went 1-3, 1-4, something like that. It was bad. It was 1-3. It was 1-3 because I have to win the rest of my games to make the playoffs. Real tough performance yesterday, man. I was really thinking, you know what? I'm just gonna go out a champion. I might be done playing Madden. Okay. I'm thinking about picking up NCAA 14. It's almost like GTA. They haven't dropped an NCAA since NCAA 14, so I got to pick up a PS3. Might do that. Try to rebuild Pitt's program on there.
I could dig it. But in Pittsburgh, speaking of Pitt, looks like we're adding to the special teams unit, man. Kicker competition again. Sign Sam Sloman. Now, this is interesting to me, man. I was a little interested by this. 7th round draft pick from a year ago. LA Rams. Played out there, the first 8 games? Then after that, released, goes to Tennessee. Practice squad. Comes in, week 17, game-winning field goal. And I want to say he hit another field goal in their first playoff game as well. Yeah, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he was their playoff kicker. Yep. So.
I think it was Gostkowski.
Because Gostkowski came back.
Yeah, he was on the COVID reserve list, then he came back in the playoffs. It was just a random one-off game for Sloman.
Absolutely, man. But I was like, all right, interesting, man. He hit from 47 and from 37 in that game. And collegiately, I think where did he play it in the MAC?
7th round pick.
Yeah, but he was 50% or no, over 50% from 50+ yards. He had 4 or more that he made from 50+ yards, which is pretty significant. I will say that, man. Oh.
There's no competition.
There's no competition. We can't get a kicker competition, man?
No.
You sure?
Do you want me to tell you the conspiracy theory behind this?
I thought he was coming in for Barry. Is that what it is?
He's going to be a punter.
Yeah, he's going to say he's got to be, right? Trey Turner was signed to play left guard for Dotson, so that makes perfect sense that Sam Sloman is coming in to be the punter. No? That's got to be it.
Wow. We forgot about Harvin, though, too, with that equation.
Yeah, right. We definitely... But Harvin's playing center. Remember, we already talked about that today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why we drafted him.
See?
You know, whenever you draft a freshman, you're like, oh, man, they might have to switch positions. They might have to go from QB to receiver. They might have to go from inside linebacker to outside linebacker. Yeah. Whatever it is, cornerback to safety. Is that what we did with Presley Harvin?
We did right there, man.
He's versatile. He's going from punter to center.
ATH is what his name is next to his name, man.
Did Kuiper say that when we drafted him? They were like, watch out. Scouts were saying he's better fit for the O-line. You could work him at punter, but honestly, I could see them making the switch.
Hey, Keto Kami says that Harvin could play linebacker too. Now that we're mentioning it, yeah, hey, man,
inside linebacker help maybe.
Competition, man.
So, yeah, no competition in my opinion, but there could be some wisdom behind this. You ready to hear this?
I'm ready to hear this wisdom, man. Let me hear this.
People are floating this out there.
Okay, let's get it.
When did Sean Sweezum tear his ACL back in 14-15?
I remember I was pissed right at that Hall of Fame game.
Yep.
And
Hall of Fame game, turf jacked up.
Yes, it was the worst, bro.
So they're saying we bring in Sloman. Yeah, exactly. We bring in Sloman so Boswell doesn't have to kick in the Hall of Fame game.
That makes great sense. Oh, I hope so.
Little conspiracy theory, but
oh man,
that is kind of wise.
That is great sense because that's definitely how my man get. Now, funny though, it wasn't him actually like kicking when he tore it. It was him actually trying to make a tackle.
Sure.
He was definitely trying to make a tackle. But either way, though, I like this narrative, though. I could go with that story. I like that. I could definitely.
And it works for Sloman a little bit, so we give Boswell the break on that game. Yeah. He was a 7th-round pick, so I'm sure he's not completely off of teams' radars around the league. So he could showcase his skills a little bit in the Hall of Fame game, maybe throughout preseason, give Boz a break. But yeah, he's gonna be our kicker. Someone said this too. I didn't see this. Boz posted a video of him draining like a 50-yard field goal.
I'm not sure. I mean, it could have been the case.
Boswell, here, South Florida Steel. Boswell showed a video online. Shit, these comments are moving. Kicking like 50+ yards in response to this signing.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay. Don't strain nothing. You know, keep chill.
That's actually interesting. Is Boz actually kind of concerned, maybe a little bit, because you don't post a video if you're not concerned, right?
Or you just post a video because you wanted to post a video.
Get some attention.
Yeah, it could also
build the brand a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think you worried about who's getting signed to that extent to make you say, oh, you know what? They just signed this. Let me post this video real quick.
Well, I was going to say, Boz shouldn't be concerned.
But then again, I mean, in today's generation, we have been seeing a little bit more activity with, the chatter during the offseason. Guys, responding to things that you're like, oh, you don't have to respond to that, but guys have been responding, so you never know, man.
Did you really have to kick a 50+ yard? Like, we know you can kick that.
I don't know.
I mean, to see the video.
I mean, we're going. I feel like because we're getting closer to our end here, but I mean, even Devin Bush, for example, right? Like, we're gonna talk about. we got to talk about that. Black and Martyr brought it up. We're gonna talk about it in a second. Black and Martyr, I promise that. But yeah, I'm just like, maybe he felt some type of way. I don't feel like he needed to, but maybe he did. You're right. Interesting, man.
It's just an extra leg for preseason and training camp. That's it.
That's how I'm hoping it is as well, man.
Because is this a common thing where because I don't know, I don't keep track of this. How many preseason or training camps did we have 2 kickers?
No, typically we going with 2 kickers, 2 punters. You always have those guys competing directly against each other. Sometimes even 2 long snappers, and you do it because you don't want to wear those guys' legs out because they're doing all of the kicking reps during training camp.
Sure.
That's a lot more than what you're accustomed to during the season. So you don't want to wear those guys out. And you don't want to have those guys out there late in these games. Imagine if you're Boz and you're going to kick a field goal in the 4th quarter of the 4th preseason game. What that offensive line might look like. That's how kickers get hurt, man. You don't want to deal with that. So yeah, that's typically why you have multiple kickers and especially multiple punters. Because during the preseason, punts get blocked a lot. And for punters, that's the most dangerous for them was when a punt gets blocked because obviously your full momentum and everything is going this direction. And when that ball is blocked, typically, you don't want people to get ran into, but it does happen, man. So that's the part where you're like, yes, you want to have you want some options there, man. All right. So let's get to this comment real quick. Actually, before we get to the comment, man, absolutely. I'll say get the upper room guys first. So El Caliente Games, welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. And Rarity Unlimited, man, Rarity Unlimited. We're glad that you jumped on board. We've seen you. You've been in here for a while now. We are glad to officially welcome you to the upper room. Yes, indeed. That's for the culture. For the culture. And now we can get to Black and Martyr's topic right here, man. But I think we both agree that the Sam Sloman signing, we like it. It's cool for training camp leg, but we don't think that it's going to be, legit.
No.
Yeah, unless Boz is injured in some way, somehow, which we hope is not the case. But Black and Martyr, shout out to you first off for the contribution. We appreciate you. Now, Black and Martyr says, happy Friday, fellas. I almost forgot it was Friday. Have you all talked about Devin Bush and his TikTok comments? LOL. I got here late because of a meeting for work. Shout out to you being responsible, though, man, going to work. And hopefully you used all of your resources as well, all right? Hopefully you used all your resources in that meeting. We have not talked about Devin Bush's comments just yet. I've seen people floating it about throughout the chat. And we were waiting till the end. So now we are here. So you have Mr. Devin Bush's...
he's had a few tweets throughout this offseason.
Just let's get to the base of the TikTok comment where I think the comments. I don't want to paraphrase it. So if you got the direct quote, right?
Yeah.
All right, read off the direct quote, pretty please.
If you a grown man and you got TikTok on your phone, stay the fuck from around me.
Lord, he dropped the F-bomb.
TF. He said TF.
Come on, man. You got kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say I probably could have went without saying it, but I could have just said TF too. But that's what his statement was.
Okay. And then he had a follow-up to that, right? Because I know that caused the outrage. That was the one where like, are you talking about Juju? Are you talking about Chase?
Okay, yeah. So he had two because Chris Wormley actually responded. I guess he's on TikTok. I didn't know about this.
I was unaware too.
He says, I don't give an F. I won't swear on this one.
I appreciate you on that, man. You know, we got kids out here.
With D. Bush says, I'll be on TikTok till the U.S. bans it. All right, Chris Wormley.
Well. I like that.
But then Bush responds to that and says, stay TF from around me. He's like, get away from me, Chris Wormley. But he says to Claypool and Juju.
Here we go.
This one's interesting. He says, don't let these people mess with y'all heads up in our relationship. Not once did I mention y'all names. If y'all feel like y'all felt inside that category, then he said shid. Then shid is what it is. Instead of shit. We the ones winning?
All right.
Where you think the money coming from? They pockets.
All right.
That's what Devin Bush said.
All right. It's interesting, man. It's interesting. Because like I said, I told you off.
I wish he wouldn't have responded, honestly. Yeah, if he just would have left it open-ended.
Yeah, it'd definitely been more funny. But for me, I got confused with the Claypool and Juju. I'm like, I feel like you at them in a positive way, but then like the next statement was, if you feel in that category, then it is what it is. I'm like, well, where are we sitting these two? But as a whole, man, Devin, I agree. I'm cool. I'm cool on the TikToks. I'm not against it though. I mean, I know you get your thing going on TikTok. TikTok is cool. It's a market for it, man.
I think the problem is the perception is they think it's all the dances and shit, but because we make videos for it, it's like us talking and stuff about sport. Like it could be there could be multiple ways for it, but the crux of
perception
TikTok
is bad around TikTok, bro.
I mean, what it was made on was the music and the dancing and stuff, and
then it got like crazy popular during quarantine because we were all just sitting in the crib, and then you would see just everybody doing some cool on the TikToks, bro. I guess I don't have an issue with them like D Bush here, but you know, it's funny though.
It was hilarious, dude. I'm not gonna lie, that was so funny when he tweeted it or tweeted it out. I was like, oh man, this is hilarious because
that tweet like went crazy.
Because either way, he's allowed to say his opinion on this stuff, and I don't think Claypool or Juju would take it personally. Actually, Claypool said something like "yikes." He obviously like took it as a joke. But Bush could feel that way and still be cool with Juju and Claypool. But then he also he brings up a good point because I mean Juju and Claypool, they're using it in a way they're probably making bank off it somehow, some way. So it's not like they're just sitting around dancing and not somehow profiting some way from it. Like they're building their brands, whatever it is. I think he might be talking about just some like random ass old dude that's like that has TikTok. You know what I mean? If that's what he said. If you're a grown man and you have TikTok, like I kind of get what he's saying because here's what happened this one time, dude. I'm out at a bar, me and my boys after we're done golfing. This random ass dude, he's sitting at the bar by himself. I swear to God, man, this dude had to be in his 50s or something by himself. He's scrolling through TikTok with the volume all the way up. And I'm like, looking at my friends, I'm like, we gotta like this is so annoying.
Yeah, TikTok, I just think of my kids, it just plays on repeat. But
like this dude's at the volume, like one, he's this 50-year-old dude on TikTok, but then he also has the volume up where like we can't even talk to each other. So maybe Bush has a point with that a little bit.
He might, man.
You know what I mean?
And I like he's vocal about it.
I was like, we almost had to move to the other side of the bar.
Hashtag leader.
Bush.
Hashtag
yeah. I get what you're saying.
Need that, man. I'm glad he put his foot down. You know, sometimes you gotta put your foot down.
So no more TikToks from Juju.
Sometimes you gotta put your foot down, man.
You think that's what's gonna happen?
Sometimes you gotta stand up. Who's gonna be the leader? If Devin ain't gonna say, who's gonna say it, man? We can't wait on other people. Sometimes Devin gotta go out there and say what he says, man. And he said it with his chest too.
Why did he backtrack a little bit though?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Do you think that was backtracking?
Was it? It seemed like a backtrack. It seemed like it wasn't a backtrack. It kind of like was in limbo. I'm kind of I don't know.
That's what I mean. Who was he thinking? Was he specifically thinking about Juju and Claypool with the TikTok?
It seemed like it because why would you at them two out of everybody?
Or was he talking about more like my scenario where you're like this random ass 40, 50-year-old dude out at a bar scrolling through TikTok? Like, I don't want to be around you.
I don't know, man.
I get what he's saying with that.
TikTok though, bro. TikTok. Oh man.
Funny. It was funny. I wish he wouldn't have responded and just left it open-ended because everyone was all up in arms about it. And just
I was gonna say we'll see if he continues on, and that conversation continues on, man. But it was pretty funny though, man. All right, but before we get up out of here, man, we got to talk a little NBA here, man. Frank K, I was thinking about you, man. As I saw Chris Paul go off, I was like, yo, he should have put the 2K down, man. But you know how it goes. You would have put the 2K down, and then Chris Paul wouldn't have done that. And then from there, you would have lost that 2K. You've been pretty upset with that. So that's
I was thinking that too.
Yeah, it would have never worked like that. But shout out to Chris Paul, man. He was able to do what he did and get Patrick Beverley upset and pushing him in the back. I was like, man, I kind of enjoy seeing Patrick Beverley worked up like that. Didn't like the push. Push very dangerous. Not cool. The apology was even weirder. Man said, yo, my bad. Moses got the best of me. That push wasn't meant for you. I don't know who it was meant for. If it wasn't meant for Chris. But either way, I like seeing him be able to get up under his skin. And, 1, 2, 3, Cancun that young man. And why I like that, because that sends Kawhi Leonard home as well. Since y'all was always talking about he better than Brown. So that's why I needed that vibe. So now I'm fully able to just enjoy this postseason, man. It's good. It's really good, man.
Yeah, Chris Paul did what he needed to do. He kind of silenced the doubters in a little way. In
a big way, yeah.
For him to get to the finals is kind of a big deal.
It is.
Because he could lose, but still to go on this run, that still stands for something. It's almost like Iverson making the finals whenever he was with the Sixers. Like, it's still an iconic little moment. It's still an iconic stretch that you can look back on.
He's going to have a better chance than AI.
Oh, easily. He's got a better team for sure. And especially when you're talking about competition. AI went up against, we're talking about one of the top 10 teams of all time with like Kobe and Shaq.
Man. Like prime Kobe and Shaq, yeah.
Yeah, so you feel good for Chris Paul. Suns, they were the better team. Like, whenever you look back on it, we talked about the Clippers. These dudes were stepping up. Like, Boogie Cousins randomly had Marcus Morris having games. Reggie Jackson stepping up.
Terrence Mann.
These weren't things that you were expecting. The Suns, with the top 3 players that they had and the role players they had around them, you were just like, okay, these last couple games, though, are they going to choke this away?
Mm-hmm.
No, they didn't. They proved me wrong, because I thought the Clippers were going to end up winning, and I thought it would be too much for the Suns, too much pressure. No, they did what they had to do. Now they're in the finals. They definitely handled their
business, man. And MC, I agree with you. Pat Beverley is definitely one of those players you only like if he is on your team. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But yeah, man, the point guard, man, Chris Paul, bro, he showed it, man. He stepped up. That was huge. I'm just hoping that we're gonna continue to get better Devin Booker. I want him to be able to really be himself in this finals as well. Like, I think that could be significant, because otherwise, you might run into that issue where, kind of like with Steph Curry, remember how early on with his postseason stuff like that, like the knock was he can't perform when it becomes bigger like that. And just seeing how his performance was in the Western Conference Finals, it wasn't his best. Now, we know, granted, he had the broken nose. We know he was dealing with the mask. And obviously, Patrick Beverley was being able to irritate him some, right? But I still want to see a lot more from him in the finals.
Oh, man. That's actually a good question. If they win, who could be like the MVP?
Yeah.
It's probably going to be Paul. Like,
it's got to be Paul, bro. The way it's looking right now, it looks like Paul. Like, Devin, I don't know.
But if the Booker stuff happens that you're talking about, where he could just start balling out in the finals.
Because, like, to you, has he looked confident since breaking that nose? Like, he hasn't
been the same. He even admitted that the mask was jacking him up a little bit. Like, he didn't feel comfortable with it. Now, I wonder how much... I guess you still got to wear it, because to take it off in the finals, it's still a quick turnaround to just randomly stop wearing it altogether.
But he didn't wear it in Game 6.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know if he's gonna stick it out that way.
I don't know, man,
because that is a little dangerous at the same time.
Oh, Frank K brings up this though, right? When we talked about the MVP stuff, right? He took a prop bet for DeAndre Ayton to win Finals MVP. It's actually plus 8,000 odds on that, but I'm not against DeAndre Ayton potentially winning MVP in that finals if he's playing like how he played in this conference finals, because that was also crazy impact, offensively and defensively. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, who do they give it? Like, say the finals were the Western Conference Finals, who would they give it to based off everyone's play? You think CP3?
It'd be a coin flip between CP3 and Ayton. I think CP3 more later on, but Ayton, I think he was more consistent throughout.
Yeah, because I guess CP3 missed the first 2 games.
And Ayton, we know what Ayton did in that first game, like the oop to win it. It was 20-20 that game. Like, he's been the steady performer. But CP3 recency bias, obviously,
and
he has
and
like
the
this
storyline. I think would be a big thing for him.
But you got to remember, CP3 didn't play well when he first came back either.
No,
he had literally this last game was the game he went crazy in. Because we talked about that was one of our reasons why we were still a little nervous about telling Frank K to take the bet or not take the bet. We was like, well, We don't know what CP3 are. We going to get like the really good aggressive CP3, and we said that he looked better when he was hurt versus now he wasn't looking the same. So I probably would have said Ayton.
Oh, okay.
Because D Book definitely wasn't in that conversation for
the
Western Conference Finals.
I just wonder with Ayton, like I think he would just have to go off so much throughout the whole finals. Like it's one of those things with the NFL. If it's close, they're gonna give it to the quarterback. That's what I'm thinking with the finals, just with the storyline and Chris Paul. Like if it's close, I think they're just gonna give it to CP3.
Yeah, I don't know. Ayton was a monster on the
unless Western CP3 completely just flops. That's what I mean. Either Booker or Ayton's got to completely go off.
Yeah. We'll see. Well, and I don't know if this is accurate, but Nicholas, he said that during the Western Conference Finals, Ayton averaged 18 and 14. So, compared to what CP3, Devin Booker, like it was nobody else that was doing it that consistently.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
But man, what you looking like? What was it looking like in this East, man? What was it looking like over there, bro? Because that's the one for me. I'm just like, is Giannis gonna be back? Is Trae gonna be back? If not, I'm leaning Bucks because Brook Lopez looked like
we saw how it was yesterday.
Yeah, they didn't have an answer for Brook. They don't have an answer for any size. They have an answer
for Bobby Portis either.
Oh my god, like, dude, Bobby Portis. This series is giving me Reggie Jackson vibes. He's giving me what Terrence Mann did in that Game 7 against Luka, and it was like, yo, Bobby Portis, when did you start doing this, man?
What he brought to the table on offense, you're almost just like, do they need Giannis back? But he's not gonna keep doing that.
No, he's not. He's definitely.
But like
not,
for him
man.
to be draining threes like that and then dunking.
It's crazy.
Spreading out the offense a little bit.
And with the T-shirt underneath the jersey, it looks so stank. Like, why you got that shirt on where you're not in college, you're not in high school? Take that shirt off, man. But yeah, he got it done for some, bro. They had no answer in the paint, man.
They got off to a crazy hot start, just dunking everywhere. Mm-hmm. And Hawks made it close at some points throughout the game, like got it close to 10, but then the Bucks would then go up another 6-7, then it'd be like 16-17. Hawks, same thing. Maybe get it back to 10 at some point. Bogdanovich would hit some threes.
Played better also, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the Bucks just pretty much outplayed them the whole game. It was the opposite of the game that they were missing Trae out. Yeah. I'm getting my games fixed up. That was game 4. Yeah, the last one was game 5. Yeah, it was the completely opposite of what the Bucks were bringing to the table. Like they were energetic. They basically ran the table from the start.
Okay, so who you have then this weekend?
Yeah, it's probably gonna be Bucks. It's gonna depend. Yeah, it's gonna depend on Trae Young, Giannis. But if it sits as it is right now, I'm thinking Bucks.
I'm still gonna go Bucks regardless of Trae or Giannis being back because I don't think either of those guys are gonna be 100% healthy when they come back. And I think kind of what we saw with Chris Paul when he missed that time when he came back, it throws off the rhythm. It throws off how they're playing right now. You look at both of these teams, ball movement, right? The ball is fluid. It's not getting to one person and stopping, what typically happens when it's with Giannis or if Trae is out there. You don't get a lot of the step back threes as much as you get with when Trae is available. So just watching that style of play, when either of those guys come back, is gonna change. But I think because the Bucks have that Achilles heel of they can just go inside and play bully ball with the Hawks, I think that's gonna be the difference in that game, man. So that's why I think I got the Bucks winning it too, man.
I get what you're saying. So if Trae Young comes back, he just might not be the same because of this injury.
I just don't think he is, man. You saw even when he tried to finish the game, he wasn't the same. Like he just stood off in the corner and just was getting his steps in like the old people at the YMCA, man.
Yeah, it'd be different if they had like a KD on their team and Trae was the second guy, kind of how Harden came back for the Nets because as much as he wasn't Harden, it still helped a little bit.
Absolutely, it helped. Yeah.
They ended up winning that one game. Where did he go? He was at like 5 points or something. 0 for 9 or 10 from the 3.
Yeah. But him being out there, you gotta respect. It's like, it's still Harden. He can shoot. He might not be able to do all the stuff, but he can still shoot though.
Yeah, that might be tough for Trae, them coming back if he's the main guy with that injury. Yeah, so I'm going Bucks too.
Yeah, so Bucks it is then, man. Bucks it is. I like it then, man.
I think that's all we got.
That was all we had today, man. We even threw in a little Devin Bush TikTok in there, man. You know it's a good day.
Sure.
So with that being said, man, that was the morning wake and bake on the Friday of the holiday weekend. Man, shout out to y'all, man, that tuned in too, man, on the early rise, especially those West Coast people. We know how y'all got to get up super early for the vibe like that. But we appreciate everybody for tuning in, baby. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Happy 4th of July. And until next time, baby.
Peace.